Edek and his crew headed down to Korem again. Niley stayed at Rinnan's Manor, which is a budding brewery now.
Excellent.
And Zatha stayed in Pipapar along with Valencio.
Making that cash.
Yeah, on that note, did you check my reply to what happened?
I did, and I saw it, and now I'm going through it to, catalog everything. And say how much money I'm giving to whoever.
Yeah. To Syl.
Is Valencia's house still burnt to the ground?
Yes. Now, Valencio apparently did something that made the head of his, the whole temple in the city talk favorably about him to everybody in the area, so he got extra fame.
Fancy.
And he gained the head of the training institution as a contact, so I don't know what he did.
Solid work, though.
I guess since his house burnt down, he volunteered to do more dark watches.
Or it's one of those things maybe he stored a whole whack of stuff in there. It was a great pyre sacrifice to his god. Doesn't he have to burn gems or some shit every month?
Yeah, he has to sacrifice a bunch of yellow gems every month.
There you go. See, that's why you line your walls with yellow gems, just in case the villain burns your house
he's
down.
not the one that burned it, so he didn't really do the sacrifice.
There was sacrifice involved.
Anyway, it had to be something that would not have gained him any experience points.
He gained experience points with his house burnt down?
No, I mean, whatever, he did to be spoken of. So, I don't know, maybe he was just really humble about the whole thing and decided to, instead of complaining about, to help other people, and started an investigation into who did it and what happened, but because he's not very bright, it didn't go very far. But eventually Edek, Thelvin, and Goranu return back to Pipapar and meet up with Zatha and Valencio. I gotta tell you, level 9 is totally crap for spells.
Oh, is it for Valencia?
Yeah.
Level 9 is pretty awesome.
But he does have Mend Muscle Tear now, so...
That would have been helpful 6 levels ago.
Yeah.
Well, my speed went better by 1 point, so that's nice.
That
That's
is,
really nice.
yeah.
Good old speed.
I got a
6 on that greatsword.
Nice. I got a
It's getting sick.
side quest. Because I got a map with some writing on it and a weird looking key.
You know where this map leads you?
I can't read.
You want me to read it for you?
Yes, please.
Alright.
Are you sure you want the knight to read it?
Sure. Who else is going to read it?
I don't know. Niley knows 3 languages and can read all of them, I believe. I think actually the elf can read more.
Are you letting Edek take a look at it?
Sure.
I'm actually
Well,
sure.
I want to look at it first to see what it is, and then after that I can have someone read the writing.
Alright, I mean, I can't show you a picture of it without showing you the writing, unfortunately.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, so you're saying I'm just going to ignore what the writing says?
I mean, it doesn't... The only reason you think it's a map is the way that you found it and your thiefly intuition.
Ah.
But it looks almost more like an illuminated manuscript page.
Okay, interesting.
It's very fancy looking. And not like a traditional map.
Yeah, I'll show it to the knight.
Alright, it is written in Calamaran.
Can you read that, knightly man?
Nope.
Well, that's Baparan is Calamaran.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Is Brandobian?
No.
Then I pass the paper off to Valencia.
What's Korak? What's the language, the dialect in Korak? Is it Korakian?
That's Koraki.
Koraki, ending with an I?
Yeah.
Okay, because I had Boparin on Niley's sheet, but she actually grew up in Korak.
Actually, Garano can read it if you want a cleric to.
In a interesting twist of fate.
Actually, Niley can read it too.
I don't think that Valencio can read.
Because his intelligence is too
Don't
low.
clerics get like that kind of thing for free?
Not all of them. I had to buy it with Niley.
I don't remember this. It was made by Bilge. But yeah, Gorano could look at it, assuming he speaks it.
Yeah, he can read that language. I just looked it up. In fact, that's all he speaks. Can't even use merchant's tongue.
Don't you automatically get that? Oh wait, no, you just get double though.
Yeah, humans just get double. That's a fancy looking piece of parchment.
You see what I mean, though? It's like impossible to show it without being able to read it. But I assume, is Gorano going to basically, be truthful and tell him what it is?
Yeah, of course. He sees no tactical reason why not to be truthful.
He's Cathedral of Light, Valencia.
Yeah.
He automatically gets literacy in his primary
Does he?
language.
Okay. And I believe he's from Ekkassel, so he should have, it should be a Calaveran tongue, so he should be able to.
Why is one of the pictures a freaking German cross?
It's a crazy looking map.
That is crazy.
I like it.
The key that is pictured on there looks pretty much the same as the one that you found.
The moon key?
Where the hell is the key on here?
Yeah, I don't.
It's down by the house at the bottom.
Oh, I see.
The word moon key beside it.
When you said moon key, I started looking at the moon, and I couldn't see
Yep.
anything up there.
This is a crazy ass map.
Yeah.
So at the forest of the stone, you gotta find a freaking snow beast lair.
He who, what is it, thus enters the depths and hidden fortune takes, shall tempt the wrath of a mortal man and future days forsake. That was a little hard to read sideways.
Now, this is a side quest, so it does depend on how much time you want to look into this, but you are supposed to go and meet with the Earl again back at Franders.
And you know, Niley and stuff.
Yeah, and, pick up Niley.
And you get to say hi to your favorite elf Rinnin.
Eh.
Yeah, we should we should show up and feed us dinner and stuff. Be nice.
Oh, he's not feeding you anything. I'm pretty sure of that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure as a knight now you could
What kind of
command it.
host?
I don't know how much Rinnin cares. That is up to Zula to decide, but thinking about it, I'm not sure he would care at all. It's not like he took any ranks in etiquette or anything like that, or law, or...
His house guest might, though. Okay.
Was that an opposed check?
God, it's quicker just to Google it. I should have added calamar there. The shimmering one is the god of beauty and the moons. That's actually the type of cleric they had to bring in to check Edic over for lycanthropy.
Oh, interesting.
But either way, I guess has Ace figured out the cut and everything he's giving to everybody?
Just about. I was going to post it as a reply.
Okay.
Do you need me to give that to you before we move on?
I don't think it matters that much.
Okay, I'm going to reply to it in the thing. I'll have it done in like 5 minutes.
Alright, and I can't remember if, were you also still splitting up the loot, like, for everybody?
Probably. My notes field in my character sheet is just like a barf of text right now.
I don't know if you got, I think you did. Remember, I sent you a private message on the Vanguard forums about the latest stuff.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, you guys leave Pipipar. Valencio is, like, feeling all proud of himself. Walking all cocksure. He asks, what was new with you guys? Aside from finding a crazy map somewhere. How'd you find that again?
Well, something to, it was no problem.
Uh-huh.
It was a gift from a friend.
Yeah, the way that he kind of, dismissed it immediately is like, yeah, he definitely stole it from someone.
It was a friend. He gave it to me because he couldn't do it anymore. He's sick and hurt himself, and he's like, I can't go on this adventure. Why don't you?
Yeah, okay. Who is your friend?
You didn't know him. He's one of my halfling buddies.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. Uh-huh. And why didn't you start hanging out with him instead of this group?
Well, I like to have some actual good conversation now and then, so a while ago.
Yeah, stole it.
No, I don't do that. We are the Vanguard of the light.
That's
Crazy.
We have
detailed.
high-quality moral people in this group.
We do have some.
I said we have, not some, we have.
There
We
is
have
at
some.
least one.
There is at least one.
See?
So basically, like, almost a week of travel takes you from Pipipar back up to the environs of Frander's Keep. You maybe, like, hitch a ride with a caravan and end up back at Karanar Manor, a.k.a. Rinnan's Manor, in order to pick up Niley.
Has he fixed the doorbell?
Probably not.
Yeah, that would be my guess. Probably not.
Is there the fucking bear still there?
The bear is still there, yeah. It's probably
Didn't
not
the bear
anywhere
kill
near
like
you.
the old lady?
Yes, it did.
Oh yeah.
There is like a small half-hearted grave that was enacted. You guys, ride up the hill towards the manor, and you see like an overweight man with a giant-ass beard smoking a pipe sitting on a bench which wasn't there before outside the door.
I greet him and ask who he is.
I forgot his name. His name is Famalan. And he's, you lot must be that Vanguard of Light, huh?
Yes, that is us.
Alright, he like leans over and pounds on the door with his hand. And, he kind of just smiles at you. Eventually it opens, and Niley's there, so you meet up with her. And Rinnan comes out. Looks like he hasn't, like, left the inside of the manor for, like, a week. His hair is all disheveled.
So...
It's covered in yeast.
Yeah, and he can't smell, so he probably doesn't care.
Do elves even sweat?
Well, they can get wart on them, and that does turn pretty nasty after a while.
I'm sure they do sweat. But yeah, Niley, they're ready to pick you up, and you guys have maybe had like the Earl like on your ass a little bit since you guys are close there. There's been numerous. Anytime you went to the keep, and anytime supplies came in, there's been questions about where the hell your group is.
I mean, I would have, like, Niley would have told them that they had to go train. Like, she doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually surprised that, Ashla, why can't I remember your
Edek?
main character? Yeah. Why he wouldn't have said something before he left.
I think he did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. It's just that it seems the Earl is impatient.
Ah, okay.
Alright, so you guys meet up. I don't know if there's any last minute things you wanted to do.
Nah, we can go talk to him.
All
Figure
right,
out
so
what he wants, then we can do stuff.
you head on to good old Frander's Keep. You probably, spend the remainder of that last day at Rinnan's, have some potatoes, and eventually in the morning head out. There's the standard rigmarole of getting through the gates and everything, crossing the Serpentine Trail and the 3 bridges to get into Flanders itself. And you make your way through the gatehouse into the Middle Bailey, and then eventually into the Upper Bailey, where you are escorted to the fortress. Actually, you're probably just escorted to right next to the Links Rotunda. That is where the standard is kept, basically, of the Golden Links. So that, they come and fetch the Earl, at which point you are then invited inside Lord Rheafor's mansion. You do end up having to wait in a, sort of nice dining room. There's bread and cheese put out, and some weak wine. And then after a few minutes, Fodil Fapeki, Lord Willimar's manservant, comes out, and he asks how everyone is doing, and is your party ready to undertake the mission that was discussed earlier? He does not want. He does not want to rouse the Earl unless you guys are ready for an extended trek.
We never found out exactly what the next mission was, did we?
No.
It's true. And by the way, the picture you found from Podell is awesome. That guy's such a wanker.
Which one is that?
Podell Papeki.
Yeah, you don't see his name?
No, I don't see any names.
Under the NPCs.
That's weird that you don't see any names.
Either way, that's quite the Polish nose he has.
Oh, wait a minute. Where are you seeing it? Are you seeing it in the actual list of NPCs on the right or on the token?
Mine's in the list.
Okay, you can't see his name on the token?
Nope.
Photo. Oh, that's photo. Okay. He does have a nice schnoz.
Yep.
Can you see the name now? On the token?
Nope.
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, there we
Yes.
go.
Yeah, once I made it so you guys can manipulate it, which is probably dangerous. So anyway, he's like, so you guys are ready for an adventure?
That's why we're here.
Let's do it.
All right, so he says it'll be just a few moments then. And he, quickly exits, closes the doors behind him.
Goes to the bathhouse because he's stinky.
No, he is totally fine. And basically, maybe 10 minutes later or so, he opens the door and announces Lord Willamar, Earl of Reafor, and Lord Fornol, I would say a commander of the Duchy of Banadar. So, Willamar, Banadar being, the area to the north that you guys had grand adventures in.
Oh, okay.
Where Lady Krendrel is from.
Right.
So Lord Willamar just sort of immediately sits down and grabs some wine. Lord Fornal, this guy, is much more, not taut. What's the word I'm looking for?
Proper.
Haughty, yeah, very more proper.
Formal.
He kind of stands at attention. He's wearing, sort of military style clothing, all exceedingly well made. And he sort of stands attention, and he looks at all of you, and curtly nods and says greetings.
I give him a salute.
So Lord Willamar is basically, he leans back in his chair and he says, Vanguard of the Light, my friends, Sir Edic, while you were all off dilly-dallying or training or whatever it was you were doing, things have become a lot more tense in this area. As winter has turned to spring, orc raiding parties have moved back into the mountains, and while that has given the people that live here in the borderlands a slight reprieve, we do believe that they are forming into a massive force as opposed to their small little bands that can be more easily dealt with.
Is there
News-
any word of a warlord that's doing this?
Nothing that has come to our ears yet. There's also been word from Korak, he kind of looks at Edic, about them amassing forces and a possible hobgoblin invasion to the south from Norga Kangrel. ambassadors from Korak have been quite clear that they are not intending on helping us with this orcish potential threat. In fact, they still want us to send troops down our 200 troop tithe, which cannot come from Reafor, in my opinion. There will have to be some other earldom. But at any rate, not to get too far into it, we need allies. And he motions over to Fornal, says, and the Duchy, the Archduchy, of Banadar has offered to give us aid. Lord Fornal nods, and he says, as you have been in Banadar, you know that the hills there have many dangers, and our troops are well prepared and highly trained, but we are not very numerous. But we can send what help we can. There is, however, another ally that we could possibly call upon.
Does this involve the giants?
He's like, yes. In times long ago, when our duchy was first being created, an alliance between men and dwarves and giants was formed, and a treaty made where, when in need, one could call upon the other for aid.
Would giants honor this? Like,
we certainly hope so.
Like, do they have a actual formed society up there, or are they just... Giants are usually kind of just roaming individuals.
I will be honest. I have heard these stories since I was a child and never thought of them as really more than a quaint legend. But Lady Krendrel has given it quite a bit of thought, it seems, and she believes in this treaty. And the fact that somebody attempted to steal it makes us all wonder. The giants of legend are stone giants, not the barbaric hill giants and ogres and such that adventurers such as you might encounter. Stone giants, from what I understand, live far and deep in the mountains, high up in castles made of great stone, and they would be the best kind of allies we could have. They have been known. It is said that Frander's Keep was partially built by a stone giant, and there's legends that the great Renarian city of Genevieve was built by giants as well. They have been known to help mankind in the past, and hopefully, with this treaty, they will honor their ancient agreements and help us against these orcish hordes, which, if allowed to run unchecked, would definitely affect them as well.
Fair enough. So you're asking us to go as an envoy to convince them to join our side, our cause.
Look, the Earl points at you and he's like, that is exactly it.
Would we actually have to take the treaty with us?
Probably.
Yeah, I wondered about that.
Ironic, really.
Isn't it? Yeah, it's kind of funny. Are you just going to put it in the old spot, right where it used to be?
Well, I assume it was given back.
It was, yeah.
So,
I mean, assume you're not openly talking about it in front of this guy.
no.
We're not, even though he knew that's what we did, right? That's what he sent us to do.
Yes, the Earl
Willamar did, but the guy from the other area.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah, he just knows that someone stole it, and he thought it was very suspicious. Like maybe it was orcish agents trying to prevent it or something.
Definitely. That's definitely what it was.
Although, I mean, word on the street is that it was a Rakshasa that did it for some reason.
It's just something they'll have to go down into legend.
Yeah. History gets pretty fuzzy, you know.
Anyway, do we have a place to go to talk to these giants?
Lord Willamar turns to Lord Fornal, and he gives him kind of like a, "Oh, now's your chance," sort of hand signal. And Lord Fornal kind of grimaces a bit. He's like, "We do not.
That's great.
So you have no
we have
idea
not
what-
had dealings with these giants, or the dwarves for that matter, for many generations.
The giants and the dwarves live in the same area.
Not really. The dwarves are more westerly, and the giants are more northerly.
Has anyone thought of bringing the dwarves in to help?
Well, here's where it comes: is that we do not know where the giants are, but we do know a group of peoples who do.
All right.
And who are these people?
Well, he don't forget Lord Fornal, because he's from Banadar, he's Brandobian, so he does speak merchant's tongue with a very thick Brandobian accent. So, I mean, Edic probably doesn't have a big problem understanding it. For some of you, his accent can be kind of difficult.
Yeah.
It's like trying to talk to Zatha.
Is it the same accent?
No.
Oh.
His is an aristocratic, ancient Brandobian kind of dialect.
Prissy.
Not like bumfuck halflings.
Actually, Niley doesn't even speak merchant's tongue.
Well, maybe she's getting translated.
Yeah, I mean, Lina does, so.
In fact, he probably wouldn't want to be talking about this in merchant's tongue. He'd probably be talking in heavily accented Baparan.
Okay, alright.
Okay, because this is too in-depth to be covered in merchant's tongue.
Merchant's tongue is mostly just like, I buy 2 of those, how much kind of language.
Yeah, pretty much. Is expensive. Orcs out there. Anyway, he says that there is a group of these Dejy barbarians that live in the hills that we know have contact.
Hey now.
We're friends with them.
Was the Dejy that we met earlier part of the same tribe?
Well,
Or
it doesn't matter. We
no,
have that
but
belt
we should
that
get
shows
that
we're a
belt
friend of the
thing.
Dejy people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I don't know about what different groups of these rabble call each other or who's part of what. But yes, they live a barbaric existence in the hills, in their hide tents and such. We know, though, that they have had contact with the giants, so we need... And I have heard that your group has been deemed friends of the Dejy.
No, he means barbaric. Yes, we have done. We've had dealings with them in the past and have garnered a trust with the Dejy people. It was belt buckles or belts they gave us.
They're
It was belts. Beaded belts, I believe.
Okay.
Lord Fornal abruptly stops and looks at Niley and says, "If you don't cease your interruptions, I will have you removed from this meeting."
Bum, bum, bum.
He's on the list.
Oh, you have a list?
A list of people who really need to be brought down a few pegs. Absolutely.
Is this the same list of people who get your dick cookies?
No, they're not on the need, like, violently brought... Well, not violently, but significantly brought down. That's just for normal pricks, right? Normal pricks get dick cookies.
I see.
But super pricks, they get something else.
They get super prick cookies.
Maybe. We'll figure something out that'll be sufficiently entertaining.
He says, "At any rate, it should be a simple matter to get these uncivilized sorts to do what you want. You are under no limitations for what type of force you are allowed to use." Lord Willamar's like, since we heard that you were friends of the people, we thought it germane to send you in specifically. Fornal's like, quite. Whatever opening you can get. Find out where the giants are, report back here, and then a trade mission with you accompanying them can be sent to the giants to negotiate their aid.
So
Hopefully,
you're paying a premium for our access.
I can't wait for him to like bitch slap you because
I'm
he's already had to
I'm
deal
impressed
with
it
me.
took you that long.
I held my tongue for a long time.
I
So-
know, it was incredible.
Willamar is like, I told you.
Always the halfling. So Zatha,
He
I
kind of
let him get through the whole presentation, basically.
he looks at you with a look of distaste, as if he was looking at some kind of like scum on the top of his drink.
and this is Fornal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
No, Willamar's laughing about the whole thing, but Fornal's like, "Do not worry. Your mercenary group shall be appropriately paid."
I'm not hearing a number. I'm the quartermaster of the group here. I gotta make sure we have supplies all taken care of.
Especially supplies into the wilderness.
Like, the rest of you guys would do this without getting paid at all. Like, it's a good thing I'm around.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
in
for
my
the
defense,
completion-
I technically have to do it without getting paid.
For the completion of this task, you shall each be paid 20 gold coins.
30.
Each. Yeah. I mean, we're going into the
Fornal's
unknown
like,
here.
he turns over to Willamar and he's like, "My lord, this is totally unacceptable to allow rabble such as this to treat with us as if we are common shopkeepers. Tell me when you have come to some arrangement." And he just leaves. And as the door closes behind him,
Always
and
the diplomat.
Photo Fapeki comes out, replaces him. And Willamar's just like, "Oh, I needed that. That guy is such an asshole." Here's what we can do. I will give you 100 silver as a group right now to provision how you see fit. And then you shall each get your 20 gold at the end of this.
And that's for everyone in the group?
20 gold each, 100 silver for the group.
I am okay with that. Because and the group is the three of us and Valencio and the hireling and the sidekicks.
Yeah.
So
Like the
20
100
gold for all of them.
Yeah, like 20 gold for each member, I'm assuming.
That's what I heard.
Yep. Each surviving member.
Nice. All right.
Sounds good.
All we've got to do is survive.
Or pretend they're alive when we come back to collect.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna have.
For everyone who is on the legal active roster for the Vanguards of Light. Oh god. Oh no, why did I say that? He's gonna make
Sounds
it
like
like
we need
a
to forge some documents
hire
after
a
we finish
bum.
this.
We need to add a whole bunch of people to our role here really quick.
Well, there's Fred and George.
We just
and
swelled to
Steve.
50 members. I don't know what's going on. You were like, wait a minute, I forgot who I was talking to. They're going to try to abuse the fuck out of this.
Yeah, I was like, he really wants to give 20 gold to all of our sidekicks too? Sounds great.
Well, there would be legal fees to get anyone added to the list.
So, by the way, Zatha, can I convince you to sneak in with Niley and subtly sabotage that guy's saddle or something so the next time he goes riding, it slides underneath the horse?
Possibly.
Oh
Alright,
my lord.
excellent.
Well, I, salute the Earl and say, or on our way out? Because I
All right,
assume
well, hold on. Before
they told
you,
us where
before
the
you,
hell to go.
no, they haven't. So
Okay.
the Earl heads out, and it'll be up to Fodil for Picky to tell you like what's what.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it's been happening, isn't it?
Yeah. So he says, yes, the Dejy in question are known as the Shafojay tribe. They live up in the Lagasa Peaks, west of the Sannikir Hills, almost to the Sashif Hills.
Somebody else needs to write this down. I got too much shit going on.
We have acquired a guide for you.
That's quite a ways north.
It is. Make sure you provision yourself.
That's like as far north as this map goes, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Seriously?
Yeah. It's just west of the big Shadesh Bay. West of Brindenwood.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically, if you're looking at the map, you can see Sannikir Hills and Sashif Hills.
Yeah.
And then there's like a little jut going in between the both of them.
Yeah, the little grassy patch.
Yeah, like there's a little bit sticking in there. It's sort of up in that area. Up in the Krond Heights, sorry, not the Legasas.
The northern branch or the southern branch?
Actually, in the mountains.
Oh, in the mountains between the two. Okay, I see.
Yeah. Yes, they introduce your guide.
Yeah, divide
they-
by 4. And then...
He opens the door and in comes a forest gnome.
I mean, at least it's a gnome, right?
He's wearing basically like all green, and he's got like a green pointed cap, which looks like it's been through better days. And he introduces himself. Romlin Gulazi, at your service. I will do everything I can to facilitate your travels. If you have any questions, please let me know.
This guy is going to be really annoying, by the way.
What is he?
Forest gnome.
Oh my.
I recommend everybody, packs appropriately.
So we're gonna have to get a whole lot of food. I guess we should keep those potatoes, right?
You've probably gone through a bunch of those potatoes in the month that it's been.
That's probably true.
We should probably get other provisions other than potatoes.
Indeed.
We also have
scurvy and all.
rutabagas.
Also, I'm not sure how long. I heard you guys use a wagon. I'm not sure how long we would be able to make use of that. We could probably head through the gauntlet, head out maybe east of the mountains, and head up, but eventually we're going to get into rocky terrain. So perhaps by horseback would be best.
And how can the wagon come?
I think that if we were to take a wagon, we would have to leave it behind at some point.
Do you have a horse?
I have a trusty goat.
Yeah, let's all just go on horseback.
Gnomes and halflings can't actually ride a horse. They can go on a horse that's a human or elf is riding, but not on their own.
Don't they have their own version of riding animals?
Not really, actually.
Can't they
It's
sit
like-
on a pony?
It's like they can use ponies. It's like in D&D, like there's halfling halfling dog riders, but there's none of that in this.
Sad.
Yeah.
Like a dog is realistically not made to carry something.
Yeah.
Why don't we just buy like a war elephant and I'll just ride it up?
War elephant is 5,000 silver.
It's 500 silver.
No, it says there was a misprint. I was just looking at it in the GMG when I
If
was
it were
looking.
only 500 silver, we would have one already.
when you were asking about the whole mount thing for Great Honor, I was looking through the mount rules, and the GMG it specifically had a thing. There is an error in the PHP. It's actually 5,000 silver.
There you go. You guys can just buy a pony and ride it up. It's 30 silver pieces for a pony.
So, by the way, before we head out on this adventure, my protege is willing to do all of the loot splits and keep track of all of that with her administration skill.
But I'm doing it. It's fine.
Yeah, but
isn't she even coming with? She isn't even coming with us.
she totally is.
Your protege?
Yeah.
She gonna get dead.
She's gonna stay in, the back away from things as much as she can. But
Are
I
you
think
talking about
that
your
she's-
protege or sidekick?
Well, I don't have a sidekick yet, do I?
You should.
Because
Oh no, you
No,
don't go
he's
into
low
level
level.
6.
no,
You don't go
yeah.
into level 6.
And see, this is something tricky too, right? Because last time we made like our sidekicks our proteges, and I do want to eventually make her specifically my sidekick. But in the meantime, I feel like we had what's their name, the protege along for a few seconds, but I feel like having her specifically along with this with her high persuasion would be very helpful. So anyway, that's my long way of saying I'm not sure of the mechanics of any of this.
You're not sure there's what?
I'm
You can
not sure
bring-
about.
You can bring her, just, if she dies, you're out of protege.
Yeah.
Like, in theory, you can have multiple proteges, too. So, like, I think Edic's got, 3.
Yeah, I already rolled all of my proteges, and this is one of them.
It's just up to you, because often what is a challenge for a 8th and 9th level party is certain death for a 1st or 2nd level, protege.
Right, but the way I'm kind of thinking about it is she will try to remain as non-combat as possible, and maybe she'll just travel up to the Dejy tribe and stay with them. Like, I don't know.
It's up to you.
But I think that she would at least attend the beginning part, because also, like, Niley will probably level halfway through this adventure and have excess XP. And if she's got no one to pass it off to, then it all just burns.
That's a pretty good split.
Nope. Although if my protege goes up a level, she could learn it just from talking to them a little
The hireling just shit his pants.
bit.
Because he made a
you, like-
massive amount of money.
He's like level 2. Can you imagine us getting that in level 2?
At level 2, oh yeah.
Holy
I
shit,
know.
yeah.
Zath
Well,
can.
I kind of
Yeah,
have
well-
much money at level 2.
Us who can make money.
Gotta spend money to make money. Or something.
Wow, it's been long enough that I haven't been playing WoW that I forgot what the Goblin's catchphrase is. Because I was just about to say it, and then I realized, oh shit, I don't remember what it is.
Is it time is money, friend?
Ah, that's it. Time
That's
is
the one.
money, friend.
Ah, God, why do I know that? Actually, Niley has polyglot as well, and has 1 build point right now. So, when we get there, I could spend a little bit of time learning the language, and at least we could have someone in the group who spoke it as well.
Do we want to keep the Giants' big-ass club as a trophy?
Hells yeah.
Okie dokie. Do you want to write it in your loot?
Alright, so Giant Club.
Yep. Big-ass club is what I wrote down.
Actually, I'm not going to write that on my loot. What we should do, what I'm doing with it, I'm dedicating it to the black fisting or whatever to put it into the bar.
That's a good idea.
To hang it over the bar.
We also have all the wyvern stuff.
Yeah, we gotta do some of that.
We have some eggs, a head.
Wyvern eggs. Gotta be some of those.
I've got the Wyvern Stinger.
I wonder if you could sell them to what's his face, the monster dude.
Maybe. I sent Zula a message about it. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
Okay, I'll have to go grab the sheets for that again.
You don't have to do it now.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
So here's a question. Would Niley be able to convince Renan to give her his beaded belt thing? Because I doubt that he cares, but you never know.
Well, are you going to go back to Renan's to ask him?
Yeah, if we're not leaving until tomorrow, I have enough time. And we're not taking the wagon, right? So do we have enough horses?
I know my crew does.
Valencio has a horse. He went and splurged. So that's what I kind of did on the splash page here. I was trying to figure out what the
Horse situation looked like.
commodities that the group has are.
Well, what about those draft horses that we got?
You never did get the draft horses.
Yeah, the ones from the fortress.
Yeah, we did from that orc fortress. Remember, there was the sickly draft horses we fixed up.
I believe there were 3 of them, right?
Yeah, from the broken down wagon.
Didn't you sell those?
Nope.
I don't think so, did we?
Alright, hold on.
I thought
we
we
were
attach
adding
them
them
to
to our
ours. Yeah.
wagon train.
Yeah, that way then it frees up 2 riding horses for other people to ride. Also, FYI, Zula, I'm buying a pack goat. Trained.
Yeah, 3 draft horses.
So, could Niley, like, are there goats that she could buy that she could use as a mount? Probably not around here, right?
No, there are goats, but they're not special gnomish riding goats.
I just bought 2 of them.
What, just goats?
No, pack, goat, trained. 10 silver pieces, man.
Yeah, they're not riding goats, though.
No, they're carrying my shit.
Well, yeah, but so how does Niley get something to ride? Because she can't
buy
ride
a pony.
horse.
You should get a
I thought you would like ride on the back of someone else's horse.
Valencio's like, come on up.
So she'll ride with Lina if Lina can ride a horse.
Does she have riding?
She sure doesn't.
Then she can't ride.
I thought you could do riding untrained.
you can ride on train. You just can't do anything with the horse. Like
Yeah,
you
see?
can just ride in a straight line. Just don't ever have to like do anything fancy.
Yeah, that's totally fine with me.
That's what the rules say, man. Just follow the rules.
I mean, riding's not listed on the character sheet as the untrained.
I'm just going by the rules.
Riding. Universal. No.
He is correct.
I don't know what rules you're going off of.
Same one for those large war horses.
Guess so. You need to have riding at some level to be able to ride a horse. And as someone who has seen people with no riding experience try to ride horses, yeah, I can see why.
Well, Zatho is just going to ride with Power, who does have riding.
Yeah, so Niley and Lynn are gonna have to piggyback with someone.
Well, Garanu's going to take one of the riding horses so someone get it with him.
Okay. How about Lina goes with him?
And you can go with, Belvin.
Belvin was gonna be my choice.
I figure you wouldn't want to sit on the back of a knight, I myself all covered in plate and whatnot.
No, yeah. Well, and I feel like Belvin and Niley could potentially get along really well anyway.
You two have camped out together.
He's like, if you prank me, I'm gonna dump your ass in the weeds.
I know where my bread is buttered. We gotta get that knight. So, we actually don't need the draft horses at all, then.
No, we can leave the draft horses with the wagon just at the keep.
Or were we going to try to take the wagon as far as the Dejy? What does Mr. Gnome think?
I think we can't even get the wagon to the Dejy.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's what he said.
Okay, alright. Yeah,
It'd just be more convenient, ironically. Let's have to pack carefully.
So I got my food from the, I paid for my food from the base quartermaster, keeps quartermaster.
Alright, how much food do we need? Like, we can just buy bulk food. With Niley's cooking, we should be able to do something with it.
And we get a discount from what's-his-face?
Yep.
His Edic's friend.
Yep, you can go talk to him.
I'll bring along, like, a small subset of those spices that I got, so that we can make the food more palatable.
And we also still have this writ worth the 65 silver in Grander's Keep that we can use, so...
Fuck, let's just dump that onto food right now. Because if you think about it, we probably need each of us 1 month's worth of food per person.
Yeah. So we're gonna need, like, root vegetables, which we may still have enough of the potatoes and the rutabagas to make it through.
You can just get the trail rations, because the trail rations have all the dried fruits, nuts, and meats that you need to survive.
Right, but it's more expensive. If you buy things more piecemeal, it's cheaper, and Niley has the cooking skill that she can just take these things and use them.
Alright, go nuts if you want to work that out.
Go nuts, eh?
And, alright, we'll get some nuts.
Actually, there'll probably be a crap ton of nuts and trail rations. And a crap ton of nuts after the trail rations.
We will be able to survival up some food as well, right? Supplementary stuff, that's what he's saying there.
Yeah, if it gets hell, we have enough people in our party that have survival and or hunting that we won't go hungry.
So, Cook, do you want to go through and figure out what things you want to buy?
How many potatoes do you think we would have left, Zula?
We had 200 pounds before, but it's been like a month.
And we took them to Rainan's Manor. So I
would
assume
say
they were
maybe
eating.
30 pounds left or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. Go
Yeah.
for 170 pounds. I can
Like I
see
said,
something.
I paid for 2 pack goats, so you can load them up on those.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
Are
So
you
how many
recording
pounds?
this, Celsius, or do I need to?
I can write it down. So right now we're thinking we would have what, 30 pounds of potatoes? How many pounds of potatoes would we go through in a day? This is where it gets complicated. Would we rather just do trail rations so we don't have to think about it?
Yes.
It might be the faster way.
The player in me says yes. The greedy halfling character of mine is like, no.
Okay. So 13 pounds of potatoes left.
Remember, you were cooking them outside of the way stations and
Giving them to people too. Yeah. Okay, so 36 potatoes. Alright, right now we would have 36 potatoes and 27 rutabaga. I would have spices.
Just an FYI,
Yeah.
if we were living off just potatoes, to equal the calories we need to survive a day, we would have to eat 38 potatoes each a day.
That's
Somebody read
awesome.
The Martian.
We need other things other than potatoes.
Yeah, we would need like salted meats and nuts and fruit preserves.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely the fruit preserves so we don't get scurvy.
So fruit preserves are 1 day's rations. So if you eat nothing but the fruit preserves, not that I know this because all of my characters are elves except this one, 1 day's rations is 1 pound. So if we got like...
The what now? The rations?
Yeah, 1 day's rations. So if you ate nothing but fruit preserves, you would go through 1 pound a day.
Yeah, dried fruits are...
Oh man, I was
Filling.
totally off my calculation. You actually need to eat 18 potatoes a day. My bad.
That's a lot less.
It is a
that's
lot
not
less.
as bad.
I was measuring the wrong calories.
Don't forget, the halfling and gnome probably have to eat less, but Valencio has to eat twice as many.
He thinks he has to eat twice as many. That's the point of gluttony. He thinks. He doesn't actually have to.
Yeah, he's going to eat twice as many.
Starve the son of a bitch. Maybe he'll get past it and not be so fat.
Okay,
He's not
so do
fat.
we want like sailor sausage as well?
Oh, for fuck's sake, sailor sausage.
Sure.
We had a character in 4th edition actually nearly die of scurvy because of sailor sausage.
It's like 2 silver pieces for 1 week's rations.
That's why he almost died of scurvy.
Yeah, because that was all he ate.
Alright, so how long do we want each of us to be able to eat for? This is...
I say 1 month.
If we're going for this, then we need to go for it. Alright, so...
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people, 7 people, 8 people. Alright, so we need 8 months worth of rations. Okay.
Isn't it 9
So-
people? Or is the gnome guy our guy getting his own food?
He gets his own fucking food.
Yeah, he's getting his own food.
And is your protege coming?
Yeah, she's included in that.
Okay.
Right, so Edic is 1, Valencio is 2, so that's 3. Thelvin is 4.
You're just encouraging Valencia.
Whatever his name is 5. Lina is 6. Haroon is 7, and then Zatha and Niley are 8.
Did you count Edic's sidekick?
Yes.
Okay.
And this guy, whatever that guy's name is, I never remember. Garanu?
Garanu?
Yeah, I counted.
Yeah, Garanu.
Okay, so if we want 8 months, this is going to get prohibitively heavy, I think.
Hence the goats.
Yeah, so... Sailor sausage. So we want. Okay. So 4 months. Of sausage.
Oh, I forgot about Goranu's quirk.
What is Garanu's
Obsessive compulsive. He will eat any and all food that he encounters and or is offered to him, even if it's waste food.
Oh, that's a good perk. Like,
If we wanna make
if
him
there's
angry.
anything that just is junk and can't be fed to anyone else.
That's cold, man. Just give me a total of how much all this is going to cost at the end, and then I
So-
can copy and paste it into loot if you want.
So
Or
what
you
we
can
need
just keep track of it.
is we need 16 one-week portions of sailor sausage, right? And that will be half of our caloric needs.
And we need 2 kegs of dwarven meat.
He's not wrong.
16.
It's coming right from your cache, though.
Uh-huh. I don't even have it up here.
It's a strong point. Like, once a goat is no longer carrying something, bam.
What are corn dodgers? Do we want to look at those too?
Fucking
Corn-
corn dodgers.
Corn dodgers are like little balls of dough that are deep fried.
Would those last long enough that we could eat them for a month?
Probably. They would go stale pretty quick, and it'd be like eating hardtack.
But could we do something fancy with cooking to make them suck not quite so much?
Yeah, you could turn them into dumplings, I guess, essentially.
All right.
They eat
Corn
corn
dodgers
dodgers and
it
nights
is.
at the dinner table all the time.
Those are cheap, too. Nice. Pour some sugar on them, it'd be like cornbread.
Okay, so we need 8 portions of corn dodgers. And that's everything that we need.
So we're
16
doing corn and sausage, no fruit?
Yeah, deal with it. Fruits are going to be found on the road.
All right.
All right.
So what's
I
the
mean,
total
we can
cost
get,
of this action?
the issue with fruits is we have to buy them by the day. Like, there's no week's worth of fruit. And fruit gets kind of expensive.
You can just buy... Raisins come by the pound.
Yeah, so do fruit preserves, and they're
Yeah.
cheaper.
Wow, they're fucking stupid cheap. A fruit preserve for 1 day is 5 trade coins.
All right, so how many weeks of fruit preserves do we want? That's my question.
2 weeks, because we don't have to eat fruit every day.
Do we want to
Yeah, you
go
only need, like,
all
every
out and
3
make
days.
it 4 weeks? Let's make it 4 weeks.
Alright.
Okay, so 4 weeks of fruit preserves is 28 portions.
I'm surprised you just go with a barrel of pickled fish.
I
Those
felt
are
like
not
it would.
fruit.
I felt like it would be. I felt like it would be difficult to keep the barrels, right? like
It'd be kind of
sausages are-
cumbersome, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sausages
sausages
are
you just
easier.
have hanging around. Yeah, just have them hanging off the animals.
Right.
Not near their mouths.
Well, they don't. Actually, goats would eat it.
We
Horses
also
would
need
touch it.
to buy fodder for the animals, probably.
That's actually what I've been looking up this entire time, and I can't
Attaboy.
find anything in the player's handbook. They have the price for grain and stabling for a horse daily, but they don't actually have, like, food for a damn horse. Like, the stable and grain your horse a day is 5 copper. So I was actually going to have Zula make a call on that. Unless he has some fancy rule somewhere that I don't have.
I'm getting butter.
I
as
did
well, by the way.
once.
Okay, so you want to know how much all this is going to cost? Let me get my calculator. Okay, so now the potatoes and rutabaga that we have are purely supplementary. They actually aren't necessary for our 1 month.
It's okay, though.
Yeah, throw them in. You can, change up the meals a bit.
Having
Yeah,
a little bit extra is not
helps
going to be a
more
bad
out.
idea.
Okay, so 28 portions at 5 trade coins. That's 140 trade coins.
So 10 copper, 4 silver, or 4
It's
trade
100
coins.
No, it's 14.
You say it's
copper.
140 trade coins?
Yeah.
All right.
So 14
Delvin
copper.
literally dumps 140 trade coins on them.
But we're still using
No,
our
we've got
writ.
the writ. We've got the writ.
Damn
We
it!
gotta
He
use
has
the
like
writ.
150 trade coins in his backpack.
His damn fault for not going to the money changer.
No, he just needs to go spend that one night of drinking.
I'll give you the total here in a second.
Okay.
I'm almost done.
But yeah, no, spend our writ, and we have a discount too, right? So the writ's going further.
It just means
Yeah, we're
everything is
basically
normal
getting
price.
it for what's listed in the
Fair
Player's Handbook.
enough. Fair enough.
Because there's no markup.
I'm
like that.
getting 20 pounds of butter. I'm bringing it, and you can't stop me.
Okay.
I hope that's for cooking.
You'll see. You'll see.
No, it's for sculptures.
Okay, so total is 62 silver, 40 copper, and 140 trade coins. Do you want me to convert those to similar units?
No, I can do it.
We're going to use up the whole writ, right? We had a 65 silver writ.
Not just about, yeah.
Yeah, we'll use the whole thing.
So, the total is 67 silver, 4 copper. So for all of this, we owe Dasis 2 silver, 4 copper.
Go for it.
All right,
I'm obviously not there because there'd be words.
I will just pay for it. Like, I don't even care.
Wait, can Niley give him her 40 trade coins for the copper?
Sure.
Excellent.
But then he can take the writ and get paid for the writ.
Right, yeah. Quartermasters, yes. I really hope that we streamed the part where we mathed out our supplies.
Most exciting thing.
20 pounds each. Wow.
Now that okay, it's not going to be quite 20 pounds. I have to figure it out still here.
Good thing you got some goats. It's a good call.
Yep.
So for a month,
So what we bought were supplies for slightly more than a month.
it's 120 silver for the fodder.
Now, to be honest, it is assumed that you allow your mounts to graze.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And it's not winter anymore, right?
Yeah.
So do you want to do like a week's worth just in case?
Yeah, I'd say that.
I am putting our food supplies in Niley's notes, by the way.
See,
Do you want
the
to add
funny
the fodder there too, or do you want to take care of the fodder stuff, Attic, since you're the writing guy?
I think Attic should.
Okay, I'll take up the fodder.
2 computers ago, for my 4th edition Hackmaster campaign, I went through and figured out all this stuff, like how much grain costs, how much it all weighed, and everything. And then my computer died and it's all gone. It was never backed up to the cloud. So the worst thing is I have looked all this up before, but I've totally forgotten what it all was.
Gross. Alright, I need to AFK for like 5-10 minutes, then I'll be back.
Alright, yeah. So everyone take 5.
Alright.
Okay. So, Zula. Those cheese wheels we have? How long would those feed a person? I think we should bring those as well. Okay. Maybe we should just bring one of them? That is true. Good point.
We are trying.
I mean, we have two, right? I guess that's a question for Ace. Nice.
That's a heavy fucking cheese wheel.
Oh yeah, the cheese wheels, some of them are massive. Yeah, but you just cut the mold off and it's fine.
Yeah, isn't like the outside's moldy, but the inside's good.
Yeah. Yes!
Don't do that.
Yes! Niley is totally doing that, and she does not give a fuck.
So mean.
Such a mean gnome.
Well, you know, they say that the gnome sense of humor has a bit of a mean streak to it.
They're actually mean and malicious.
No. But yeah, we should totally bring this cheese wheel. Oh, so would I be able to convince Renan to give me his belt?
He'll probably ask you for a deposit.
What about cooking for his lazy ass? Does that count?
You've been doing that anyway. In fact,
Yeah.
you just sort of assumed that was your job.
I guess we kind of were getting to live there for free. What kind of a deposit does he want? What's he looking for?
Your leg.
Not giving him my leg, obviously.
Fine, like 5 copper.
Yeah. You should just have the 5 copper. And I'm gonna get everyone's story about what happened with the Dejy.
Well, you can ask Eddic. Or I guess Zathan now.
What in the who?
Well, I mean, like on the ride up there, Niley's gonna talk to everyone about their stories with the Dejy. And get everyone's version, because I'm sure they're all different.
I tell her how we got favor with the people because we cured a plague that was ravaging their people as well as ours.
We killed the fucking cleric that was causing a plague.
That too. Delvin explains to him how horrible it was like, or to Niley how horrible it was like, it makes your penis fall off. Valencio nearly died.
That was just me basically trying to see how much you remember. Oh man, I did it again. So you guys head out in the morning. Romlin on his trusty goat, with not nearly as much supplies as you guys have. He's like, "Whoa, that's a lot of supplies." I'm sure experienced adventurers like you know what you're doing, though.
Better to overpack.
Actually, it's better to underpack when you're going out like this. Or I should say, just pack just right. But you're right.
Because we got to
Soon
be
as
able to
these-
get back, too.
Yeah, exactly. It's there and back again.
Right. Oh, there and back again.
So he's
Hot
like,
as hell.
well, my plan was we would head up through the gauntlet into the Archduchy of Banadar, continue east through there, through the area I've heard that you guys have been in before, out into the plains outside of the Brindenwood, and head north, skirting the Krond Heights. And eventually, in between the Sashif and Sannikir Hills, we'll head west and through there. Sound good?
Does it
Whatever.
sound good?
No, not through hell. No, not through there. That would be heading west. I'm sure you just got confused.
I tell him to lead the way.
Will do. Let's go. He starts whistling a jaunty traveling song.
During our day travel there, eventually Eddick will ride up beside him and start like asking where he's from and stuff like that, and how do you come to be known as a guide in these parts? A forest gnome and all.
Well, he grew up in the forest.
This isn't a forest.
No. He grew up. Shit, where was the forest? Yeah, he's originally from the Brindenwood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a place called the Lovoridu. There's a gnomish village near there. But he's like, I had to get out of there. Freaking spiders everywhere.
What's wrong with
And
spiders?
I just traveled from here and there. Found myself kind of, really enjoying the mountain air.
I see. So would you say that you have ranged far?
Indeed, sir.
You've kind of made it your career to go on long rangings?
Yes, he has. Although he does not fancy himself a combatant, per se. He feels he's more blessed by the traveler.
Has he devoted his life to the traveler?
I'm not a cleric, if that's what you're asking.
Essentially, Edix is trying to get his measure.
He's an NPC. He's not he's not necessarily... I mean, he's essentially a ranger.
But don't send him in to...
No.
Does he have any weapons?
Yeah, he's got weapons.
What type of weapons?
He's probably got a short bow, a couple of hatchets, short sword.
Alright. I inform him if there's any trouble, he is to enter ranged combat. I toggle him for ranged combat.
You push the button. What is it? F4?
I pushed a button. Yep.
This is all imparted over days, because it does take a significant amount of time. You basically go back up into the Sannikir Hills, following that same shitty trail that you followed before, heading east. past Crag Keep itself. You might even stay in Cragtown. From there you turn north and continue into the Great Plains, and it's kind of weird because you guys aren't often out this far. But yeah, to the east, it's like total plains, and you can see in the far distance, like essentially just trees. Like the Brindon Wood is huge; it rings around the entire Shadish Bay.
It's kind of like Mirkwood.
I don't know. Is Mirkwood like a ring?
Big.
Roughly how many days are we traveling?
It's about 100 miles to the Brindon Wood from where you are, so it's probably like just visible. Okay, so the keep is like here, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's roughly a week to get to Crag Keep.
Okay. I'll take a week's worth.
1, 2. Three, 4, 5, 6. And it'll be about another week before you make the trip all the way to where he's saying that the Shadowfell are. Sorry, the Chafoge.
It was like Shadowfell.
Still. But weeks
Could
pass.
they be staying
Yeah.
put because the orcs are harassing them as well?
That's possible.
So weeks
But-
passed.
Yeah, weeks passed. You make your way. You're heading further north, and the Krond Heights to your left as you travel are huge, and there's still snow up on them. You're getting more northerly as well as getting higher elevation, so it starts to get cold again. But eventually, you make your westward turn in between the Seshif and Sannikir Hills. There's this sort of hidden valley down there. As you go in there, you start to feel enclosed, like all around you. It's like you're inside, like the mountain itself. It's surrounding you at this point. Basically, Romlin, shows you to a fairly small trail that leads up into like a central area. Another couple of days pass, moving as going through the plains was very quick, but now that you're in the mountains, travel time has really shortened. So basically, you've got about 16 days of travel as far as rations are concerned. Stopping every once in a while to, for the mounts to eat grass and get some water.
16
Especially
additional days?
16 days total.
Okay, alright.
Along the plains heading north, there was a lot of small rivers and things, so you're able to stop for water very often. But now you've come up to this area, there's a small waterfall, and basically you're traveling along on your horses. His goat is nimbly jumping from rock to rock. But anyone who wishes to may make a observation check.
Miley's not even going to try.
It is worth noting that, like, this was a pretty relaxed trip. Like, you weren't ever attacked by anything, but you did find signs of, like orc tracks here and there, or signs of beasts, but you were never faced anything. So none of you notice
Awesome.
until someone shouts something from up ahead of you. And you're all, I don't know, you're talking with each other, just not paying attention. Whoa, kind of shocked. And you can see up ahead in this trail is a man sitting astride a horse with a bow pointed kind of in your general direction. And he yells out something in a language I don't think any of you understand. Kind of motions at you with the bow.
We stop.
Does the gnome know what he's talking about?
Does he look Dejy by any chance?
He does, yes. He's got a fairly dark complexion. He has like a leather, like his extent of his armor is essentially like a leather shoulder pad and bracers.
Niley has been wearing her belt, the Dejy belt, the entire time, by the way. It seems like something a cleric of her elk would just wear.
Does she even have one?
Yeah, she got Rinnan's.
Ah.
Well, Rinnan made her pay a deposit, which she's just gonna keep it.
So yeah, Romlin is like, oh yes, he's asking who we are and that we're intruders on their land. He kind of fidgets. What would you like me to say?
Tell him that we are friends of the Dejy and that we come in peace looking for answers to a question.
So yeah, he says something in a halting tongue back to the man, and the man kind of like trots a little bit closer to you, and he says something kind of like a very confrontational tone. And he says, how do you claim you are friends of the people?
I tell him that we helped out. We knew the name of the tribe, right?
I don't know if you ever did, to be honest.
Anyway, I say their names. That we helped this tribe overcome a great sickness, and in doing so, they made us friends of the Dejy, and I point to my belt. And I don't point to my crotch. I point specifically to the belt.
One sec.
Hey Ace, do you know how many
Yo.
pounds of cheese we have total? We have 2 wheels, right?
I sold one of them.
Oh, which one did you sell? The big one or the small one? It doesn't
I
matter.
think
How
they
many-
were both big, I think.
I think
It
they
just
were
said
both
wheel.
fairly large.
It didn't say how much it was. It was just like a wheel.
Oh, okay.
I mean, technically, by the way it's worded, like, you still have to train to do it. You just get to do it for cheaper with a bonus.
Yeah, I thought it also said that you could pick things up with a casual exposure.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that... I don't know.
I'm totally willing to say that my casual exposure
if you
is
have
while
the
we're
B-
around these people.
If you have the BPs, I guess you would do it, but that would require you to have to talk to it basically every day.
For how long?
The whole trip.
All right.
You're basically doing the Antonio Banderas 13th Warrior thing.
I don't think I ever saw that, actually.
Duh.
It's a relatively comical situation where an Arab gets slammed in with a bunch of Norsemen, and they're all speaking Norse, and they do these cutscenes that every few words it becomes an English word because English people speak Arabic apparently, and then he has
For the audience.
It's for the audience, yeah. And there's this moment where they're insulting his mother, and he then says in their language, insults them back, and like, how'd you know our language? And he says the famous line, "I listened."
Yeah.
It's actually a pretty cool little sequence.
So I guess I'll probably pass on that and just, could I learn it from hanging out with these Dejy? Potentially?
Yeah, depending on how long you're there.
Okay, alright. She's gonna try and do that.
Okay, so he steps even closer to you, so he is like kind of right in front of you, and you can see he's a pretty big guy.
He's as big as me.
Probably actually. He looks smaller though, because he's not wearing armor really.
And he doesn't have a strength of 18.
He's probably got a strength of 16 or 17.
So he's equal to Felvin. Felvin's not allowed to have a higher strength than me. It's in his contract.
Since you're the one that's been talking through the gnome, he looks at you, and he says something, and basically the gnome translates and says, "And who are you?"
I am Sir Eddic Lokerson, and I'm here representing the Earl of Rarefor on a mission to seek information to find out where the stone giants of the north are. And we've heard that you might know where they are.
So the gnome translates that.
Yeah, like he's gonna know what the Earl of Rarefor and all this other shit is.
Yeah. He's kind of like, he says, "I know not these names you speak. This is Shafojay land, and you are intruders. As you are friends of the people, I will let you turn around and go."
We do not seek harm, we just seek information. Can you please allow us in to speak to your elder? Maybe there is something that we could trade for this information. We have come a long way, over many mountains, through great dangers to see you.
He gives a whistle, and you see like a few more warriors that were hiding in the rocks, like on either side of you guys, stand up.
I
with
assume
bows
so.
as well.
I assume so.
And he says something, and the gnome translates, "You will come to the village, and the elders will decide what to do with you. But know that once you know where the village is, it is possible they may decide that you may not leave."
Niley's totally okay with this.
Eddic thinks, sure, like a bunch of you are going to make me stay. He doesn't actually say anything, he just smiles and nods.
He says his name is Jijen.
Okay.
And he looks around and he says, "So you are a sir." This is getting translated again from the gnome. "You are a sir. Who are all of these? What are all of these?"
So did he just say I am Sir? Like he thinks my first name is Sir?
Yeah, or that you said you were sir, so like it's your job or something.
Well, kind of is.
Well, they don't really have knights, you know.
No, they don't. Well, I turn and I introduce everyone's name, and I say they are part of my tribe.
You may specifically want to mention that Niley is a cleric of...
And I say, yeah, we have a cleric of the bear.
Keep in mind that since everything Edic's saying is being translated through the gnome, you guys can hear what Edic's saying if you have any issues with what he's doing.
Yeah. And they can obviously... Yeah.
Yeah, he looks when Niley is introduced as a cleric. Actually, let's see. Okay, when Niley is introduced as a cleric of the bear, he kind of looks at you with a bit more respect. But when Goranu is introduced as a cleric of the old man, he looks and he asks the gnome something. The gnome's kind of like, he was asking, what is an old man? Like, what old man?
I kind of look a little like, Say, tell him, the old man, the father of war and tactics, the one who guides us on the battlefield to victory through order and tactical advantage.
Man, your deity sounds like ass. My deity is way better.
I should take your head for such language.
You should have been a knight of the bear.
I don't think you can be.
Yeah, I doubt that you can.
You have to be lawful.
Yeah.
The thing was, he introduced him. He said the old man. He didn't say the actual name.
Wait a minute.
So he said
in my side.
Shenad.
Remember my side story? The one the cleric was a cleric or knight of the old man talked about like the Dejy tactics of the horseman thing.
Yeah,
Did
although
he
that was
mention-
the Dejy way the fuck to the east.
Did he mention what the Dejy called the old man?
Probably not.
Damn it. Can I roll my religion to know what they would call him?
Yeah.
And
Goranu could too, so he could probably. Although at the level differential, you might have a better religion than him.
Hey, look at that.
Lol.
That's the way the dice roll.
When Fomor was teaching you that stuff, there was an actual Dejy guy there who looked like he was the one that really knew what was going on. That he was the one that trained the horses.
So yeah, say we're
And you heard him say that.
so we're the cleric of Nad.
Kirk Shenad.
Yeah, Mr. Nad.
You're the cleric of Nads.
Yeah, exactly.
He looks at all of you and then he just says, "Follow me. Come to the village." It's actually when you mention the actual god's name that appears to really have no special reaction. It was when it was introduced as the old man.
Interesting.
So there's about 6 of these warriors and they're escorting you in. Jijin is with you, but the rest stay back a little bit. They have bows out, so you assume that their plan is to pepper you if you try anything special. But it takes another few hours, and follow this winding trail, and it eventually leads to a snowy village.
Cool.
Fuck off.
Is it natural for them to still have snow at this time of year up in this part of the woods?
I don't know. Do a geography check.
I ask Belvin.
He's like, I don't know.
You might.
Would this be it's not really a weather sense thing, I guess.
But yeah, it's mainly just due to the altitude plus, I can't remember which is which, longitude and latitude now. It is further up north, and it is up in the mountains. So this looks like a fairly, like it's not a permanent village. It looks like almost everything here could be disassembled and taken away.
Like they're nomads.
Oh shit. I meant to put him on the token layer. Anyway, so that's Jijin then. He leads you into the village here. And basically, like, a whole bunch of people start, like, running out to look at what's going on. You were probably announced by horns a little, like, beforehand. But basically, yeah, a whole bunch of people come running out. A lot of them are wearing furs. Edic, you can make an observation check. Alright, you notice that the vast majority of these people are equipped with, like, lithic-style weapons.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Basically, like, stone, spears and arrows and things like that.
Like not even copper?
Yeah, except, some of them have metal. Jijin, has a metal-tipped spear. Looks like iron. And you see a few of the others have iron as well.
I don't
These
see a
people are
forge
living
anywhere,
good
do I?
life.
I don't see a
Actually,
forge
there
anywhere, do I?
is a forge.
Okay.
A very small-looking forge over here. You can basically see there is a figure working and banging stuff out, but you are led to a tent over here, and there's going to be a pretty big group of people around. I was not holding the button. What was the last thing I said?
Tent over
Tent.
here.
Okay, so that was pretty much it. Okay, so yeah, there's a tent over there. You are being, escorted there, and like a runner goes and they find someone, and you see some. You approach, and there's some older-looking individuals with sort of serious faces that look at you, and one older man. Basically, he says something to Jijin, and Jijin says something back to him, and Romlin kind of looks at you guys, and he's asking who these people are, and Jijin's saying that you're outsiders. And then a woman asks, this is being translated, but a woman basically asks, why did he bring them in here? And he says that they're friends of the people, and maybe the ones that the shaman spoke of. And they kind of discuss something amongst themselves that he can't overhear. You can see there's another younger woman kind of standing beside them, looking at you guys.
Is she worth looking at?
I guess. She's obviously like a hunter of some kind. But, alright, so the two older ones, they kind of talk to each other a little bit, and then, I almost forgot. And then the older one kind of steps forward, and he says something, and Romulan's like, "Oh, this is Greygen. He is one of the councilmen. I suppose is the best way to translate it."
I greet him as he steps forward.
Romlin probably did have a chance to explain on the way up. They don't really have like a leader per se.
It's like a council thing.
Yeah. So they introduce like some of the more luminaries of the tribe.
Well, I
So he introduces his wife Koda. She's also a member of the council, and their daughter Rokata. She is the hunter that was looking at you guys. So Grygen asks what brings you to their lands. Usually they do not entertain outsiders.
okay. Oh, I get down off my high horse.
You should do that more often.
Yeah, probably. And I step forward and I kind of bow and I say, it is desperate times to the south with the orcs invading our lands. And I don't know if you have troubles with them here, but they are massing a horde to attack us. And we seek the aid of the giants to the north. And it has come to our attention that you might know where these stone giants are. And we come seeking information to find them from you. We humbly ask.
Rokata like says something like really loud, not loudly, kind of so that everyone can hear, even though she's talking to Grygen and Koda. And everyone kind of like tries to shush her a bit. The Grygen, he turns to you and he says, "Orcs are always a problem with us of the Shafojay. But please, Jejin said that you are friends of the people. Do you have any way to prove this?"
I direct their attention to the belt I'm wearing. Since I don't own any other belt, I assume I use it.
Its function.
Koda speaks and says that is a belt of the Shadowjay. They explain to you that once the Dejy people in this area were all of one tribe, but they split long ago. But they still have common origins, and they still all treat the Talene the same way. So a friend of the Shadowjay is a friend of the Shafojay.
I thank them. And I say, yes, your fellow kinsmen treated us well, and we found common cause, and it was actually an orc. Actually, it was a human priest, but working with orcs that poisoned their tribe, that we destroyed, not the tribe, we destroyed the evil priest and found the cure to cure the plague that was going through the tribe. And our own people.
Not the tribe.
We didn't kill the tribe. We did not give them blankets or anything.
He says, the giants that you speak of, we know them, but they value their privacy above all things.
We understand that, but the reason we seek them is their people signed a treaty with our peoples many moons ago, and we come to now ask that they honor that treaty to help in this time of war.
Koda steps forward, and she looks at you. I can't remember. Yeah, you have a banner, right?
Oh yeah, we have a banner. It's a beautiful banner.
No, not that banner. You have your own. Own.
I'm wearing a tabard with it on, and I do have a pennant on my lance, and my shield is painted with it.
So Koda says that you are lucky. Normally, the Shafojay would have long abandoned this camp and already be out in the plains. But Therif, the one who speaks with the gods, said that he received a vision, and we have waited here for a messenger of an old man.
well, this is definitely providence. I am a devout servant of the old man. For we call him... Shit, I have to look it up. As we know him as Thygok, but you know him as something different.
Rakata like kind of laughs, and she's, all this time we were waiting for some old man to show up.
No, that is just the term used to describe the god of tactics. For he is old
I know
and
who
wise.
he is.
Fuck you, then too.
A bunch of the crowd kind of laugh, and Jijin says something as well. It looks like it's kind of like puts her in her place kind of deal, and a bunch of other people are kind of like, yes. And Gregin is, you must excuse the younger members of the tribe that are rash and prone to acting without knowing exactly what is going on.
I understand. I am often plagued by that myself.
We would like to help you, friend of the people.
We would like your help.
But Theref has had a vision, and in that vision he has seen great evil.
Well, we are here to stop you.
And he has been awaiting your arrival. Please, follow me. He kind of motions for everyone to get off their horses.
I assumed everyone got off horse when I got off mine.
Well, now we're just making it official. And he leads you over to like this sort of area. There's this one tent over here, off on its own. You head past the forge. You can see there's a half-orc there banging away on some crude iron stuff.
I look at him, I kind of give a like, what the fuck are you doing here kind of look.
He gives you a what the fuck are you looking at kind of look.
What is he banging away on the forge? Like, can I tell what he's making?
You don't know. Just something long and flat.
Long and flat.
I'll give you something long and flat.
I mean, do you have smithing?
Yes.
It doesn't look like a weaponsmith or an armor smith. It looks like a regular smithy.
Like a tool.
Yeah, like
he's making nails. Technically, is what he's making.
Yeah, that's it. Most places need to make his nails. Oh, whatever. Keep on going.
How come that's not showing up? Alright, so you guys are basically led to this other tent over here, and you can already smell like some kind of freaky incense coming from inside there. And there's all manner of like bones and fetishes and things dangling from the outside. And there are strange sigils sort of painted onto the leather.
Nice.
And basically, Gretchen yells in, "Hey!" He basically just yells a bunch for the guy to come out, and this old man comes out with like a long beard. He looks up. He sees all of you, and he's kind of like, "Oh, what's going on?" And basically, Gretchen, tells him that these are the people that prophesized, or that you said were coming. And he's like, "Oh!" And he comes out, and Coda says, "This is Theref."
I agree, Ferrith.
And he's like, "Which of you is the servant of the old one?"
I kind of look at Granu and I'm like, me? We're both kind of are.
Grana's like,
I say, I am. I would say I am his holy warrior.
He comes up and he starts like feeling your muscles and stuff.
I don't know what to say to that.
He's
How
like,
do you feel through the plate mail?
Yes. He slaps you on the butt. Yes, very strong. Very strong. Good.
I hope there's some cuppage.
God, it's like hanging out with Felvin all over again.
A slight lingering
Felvin.
hand up the ass.
Well, I figure like Folky, you know, we slap each other on the ass. It's traditional.
I thought you were gonna say like Rinnin.
I would slap Renan on the ass, but I'd break him. He's too delicate.
He's so Therif says, you know, he actually can speak very like broken. Would it be Brandobian or no? It'd be Baparn. No, it would be Brandobian. He speaks some Brandobian, so I don't know if anyone other than Eddic could understand it.
Nope.
Delvin might, I think.
But yeah, he's like, I have been expecting you. Come in, all of you, come in. He motions for everybody. And basically, the elders sort of wash their hands of you now as you're going in to talk with Therif. And they look like they're trying to talk to Jijin, and Rokata's like following them, trying to get them to do something, but you can't tell. Who all is going in the tent?
I will.
Niley and Lena would both go in.
I say just main party members. The NPCs can stand outside. Like, Valencia, though, can come in.
So just the
Get-
four of you. Did you want Lena with the mage knowledge?
Yeah, bring her in. So I figure, like, if could all 9 of us even fit in there?
It's a really big tent.
I don't know. Fuck it, then we all go in. That way, if they try to rush us, we can at least kill their damn shaman.
You go in, and the scent of the incense and things that is in here is almost overpowering. And there are some comfortable looking seats that are just basically made up of piles of rags. Not rags, but like they're not stuffed cushions, but there are seats. They're like beanbag chairs.
Niley at the top.
And there's like a small table, fairly low. There's a whole bunch of doodads and such on it, especially cones of incense that are wafting smoke. But the most, I guess, visible thing is a tapestry hanging behind him, like at the other end. A very, like, way more realistic painting than you would, not painting, but than you would expect to find in a place like this.
Depiction.
Showing like a beautiful woman with the moon behind her in a crescent, wearing like sort of gossamer clothing. And anyone who has divine lore can make a check.
You gotta be fucking me. You didn't give Divine Lord to Garanu.
He's very specialized. No, I think he's gets. I'll have to look back at that. Actually, do you have divine lore?
Who, like Edic?
Yeah.
No, Knights just get free religion of the order they're a part of. Not actual divine lore, but just religion.
So Valencio, and Niley both recognize it. To Valencio, it is Pagari. To Niley, it is Pomoin.
Niley
The Fate Scribe.
Niley will pass that on to Eddic.
The Fate Scribe. So the god of fate.
Yep. And
Okay.
prophecy and all those fun things.
That's something a shaman would think.
Yep.
The church, the prophets, they are actually a allied church to the Temple of Armed Conflict. The Fate Scribe, the Queen of Destiny, Keeper of Fortunes, she who sees all, Lady Time, the Empress. He basically sits down, and he offers you all some what appears to be jerky.
I eat his jerky.
Oh man, I eat his jerky so hard.
It's you gotta be diplomatic, right?
Valencio definitely eats his jerky.
Yeah.
Is that
So
a euphemism?
basically, probably. So
Actually,
basically,
if that's the case, then I, in trade, offer him a glass of wine or a cup of wine.
oh yeah, he's quite. He would quite enjoy that.
I carry wine with me. Since I ran out of that sweet fucking mead, I gotta go back to that other place to get the mead.
Yeah, for you folky, mead is like almost religious.
I could offer him some sparkling water.
Well, he's already got the wine.
Yeah, wine is better. But you can chase
Yeah,
it down
keep
with some
forgetting.
sparkling water.
Keep sure we have that sparkling cup of
Fizzy
Everfull of fizzy water.
Yeah, we have a normal version and the fizzy version.
So he says that he Therif is a follower of Shardar, the Fate Scribe. She sometimes sends him visions. And at the end of this winter, when the tribe was preparing to break camp and head out to the plains once again, I was sent a vision that said that we must not, for we were waiting for a servant of an old man to come here and would face and fight against a sleeping bear that is coming out of its hibernation.
Wait, sleeping bear? My ears perk up. I'm assuming that was just flowery language and not...
I cannot say for certain what the Fate Scribe means with any of her visions, but I believe the sleeping bear in the dream that I had, it I think pertained to a location, a cursed area known as Sleeping Bear Rock.
Ah.
To the west, further in the mountains. It is a dark place, shunned by the Chafauget and the Shadowget, for as long as I can remember, at least.
It sounds like the type of thing that Niley would want to get in on anyway.
Legend tells that once long ago, when the Dejy people were all one people, when we were all the Shadowget, that some great evil took place there, and the tribes splintered and traveled away. Even us, the Chafauget, moved out into the plains and came back here only to winter. But something has happened now. The Sleeping Bear Rock was once a special and holy place, but it became evil and twisted. It is a cursed location. None return there. It is avoided. But the dream that I was sent showed the bear waking up and swiping at the people, rending the claws and killing men, child, and women, until the servant of an old man came and slew it before it could get too far. I believe that this is an important task, a task for you.
Wouldn't it be funny if there was some other old servant of an old man?
Yeah, exactly. It's coming along.
Just an act. Yeah, they were kind of assuming an actual old man.
Well, we would be willing to rid you of this trouble, but what we would need in return is the information to the giants we seek.
The giants.
These stone giants.
I know of their eyrie.
We will deal with your troubles if in exchange for that information. For that is why we have truly come this way, is to seek out those giants, to barter to call them to an old treaty that they had once forged with our people.
I mean, honestly, Niley would want to do this either way. She doesn't even care if they give us the information.
Yeah,
He says
but
that fate has brought you here, and if you serve fate, then he will tell you what you need to know.
Sounds like a deal.
He spits on his hand, holds it out.
I spit on mine and shake his hand.
The bargain is struck then. He says, Sleeping Bear Rock can be found, and he basically tells you how to get there. It's it would be a few days travel to the west. There is a great lake deep in the mountains, and it is under this lake. Not subterranean, but like downstream.
I ask him what other stories he has in this area, like, see if I can actually guess the creature that lives there.
It's a tough call on how much he would actually know about it. The legend is that it is an omen of evil, and is a place best avoided. The only thing he could say that in his visions he saw that the bear had red eyes and hungered for blood.
Huh. That sounds like fun.
Was there any type of snow imagery related to this creature?
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking.
He basically says that, for proper hospitality, we will, have a meal for you, and then you can leave in the morning.
Is it possible for Niley to spend, time with them trying to learn their language at this point? I realize it'll...
I don't know, it's minimal exposure, but I don't know if that means, one night.
Yeah. I'm assuming that she wouldn't be able to learn it this time, but she's starting to make the effort, right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
when we come
well,
back
there's going to be a dinner, right? So you'll be able to try to talk to people during that.
Okay, alright. Yeah, but she's going to make a lot of effort to try to talk to as many of them as she can.
So a lot of them find you kind of amusing.
Is the half-orc there?
Yeah, the half-orc is there.
I want to get his story.
Okay, he actually speaks Baparan, and he doesn't really want anything to do with you guys at first.
I give him the universal treaty. I give him alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, he's half orc, half Dejy. You can do a persuasion, I guess, or...
Can I do a seduction?
What are you trying to find out? I mean...
His life story, just how he got here, what's up.
Yeah, you can do a seduction. Because remember, it's not always romantic seduction.
But it is in this case.
Before Celsius gets there. all he says is that he has been out. His father was an orc and his mother was a Dejy woman, and they treated him badly here. So he went off to make his way in the world in civilized lands, and they treated him even worse. So he came back, and now he uses what he learned while he was out there to try to make things better for the village.
I asked him, did he make the metal spears for the warriors?
Yes, he's the only smith here.
Oh.
He's like, the people here, they trust in their natural, the way that they have done things for time immemorial, but some things are just better.
Yes, no kidding.
Eh.
A stone would shatter against my steel.
Yeah,
or iron.
They would just try to, stab you through an open spot or something.
They would try.
Is there anything that anyone particularly wants to do in the night aside from that?
I guess the huntress chick has no way of. I can't communicate with her at all, right?
No, unless you have someone who speaks the language, or you had someone who could cast translate.
Fucking written. Because the thing is, I'd like to actually learn a bit of their tactics, what they do. Are they mostly just shoot arrows from the woods kind of thing? They don't have any horses or anything, right?
Yeah, they have horses.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have an archery cavalry.
Well, there was guys on horses with bows following you when you came in.
And they could shoot from those while riding.
Potentially.
So they all had short bows?
Yeah.
Alright.
They did not have saddles of any kind, however.
Not like those saddles I was shown.
No.
Okay.
That's the Dehrocker. I don't know what the Dejy from there are called.
You know how the wife was kind of making she was making kind of some hubbub, right? That she was silenced earlier, or did I mishear that?
That was
the daughter.
Okay. Yeah, I wanna pursue what she was trying to get at there. Can I get the gnome to kind of subtly ask her during dinner when no one else is looking? Wonderful.
So you see him go up to her at some point and try to ask her something, and she just pushes him away and loudly yells something at him, and she storms off. And he comes back and he's like, yeah, she just seems kind of angry. Something about not needing outsiders to deal with problems.
Oh, I think I know what's going on.
I mean, I would try again if you really, really need me to, but, I would leave it up to your expert opinion on if it's worth it or not. But personally, I think that would just be pushing it.
Yeah, I don't need you shanked in the night.
No, sir.
Can you ask the old people, if they have any, the elders, if they have any other troubles going on in this, right now? Or is it just business as usual for them?
Okay, one thing you guys do find is that there have been a lot more orc raids in the winter. See, normally they come back to the mountains in this area for their village because it's a lot more of a defensible area. Whereas if they're out in the plains, stuff could come from anywhere. There's all kinds of crazy shit out there. Here with orcs and wargs, especially, they're a little bit more defended, and usually the orcs leave them alone, but they notice there's a lot more orc activity. Luckily, they avoided most of it. A few of their hunters might have gotten killed by orcs while they were out hunting at one point, and they might have taken out a small orc patrol.
I explained to him what's been going on to the south. The orcs have been amassing and gathering for an invasion, so they might be more raiding up here for supplies for their war effort. I'll explain how the tribes are starting to team up. Give them some tactical information.
Yeah. I mean, they tell you that there aren't very many large orc tribes in this area. The largest orc tribe is basically in the Krond Heights to the west, and that's the Blood Drinkers. They're a pretty big tribe, but they haven't really been very active. There are numerous small tribes, and they're always doing shit, but it's those ones that appear to have been doing things. They haven't seen any Blood Drinker banners lately. All right, so I guess assume that Zatha, decides not to rob people in the night. And,
Yeah.
things like that. So
Not really much worthwhile. They don't really have the coin.
So in the morning, basically, Rokata is told to, guide you to the area where Sleeping Bear Rock is. And she obviously does not want to do it.
I give her my friendliest smile.
I can't remember. Does anyone here currently have mapless, was it mapless travel, or?
Didn't someone have cartography, or was that Renan?
That was Renan. Although I think Thelvin has it?
Yeah, Thelvin has cartography.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you don't want her to guide you, you're fairly certain that with directions you can figure out how to get there.
Thelvin also has direction sense, but that's just to know which way north is, right?
Yeah. I would say with a combination of direction sense and the description that he gives, you could figure it out. Or if worse comes to worse, Valencia can memorize that spell, or you could have Rokata show you. But, Romulan's kind of like, well, if she's not going, then, you don't really need me then, do you? I don't really want to be going into any spooky sleeping bears or anything like that. I've fulfilled my part of the mission.
We probably also could leave my protege here, right? Like, it sounds like we're not going to be doing much diplomacy at this next place.
I feel it's going to be more combat.
Yeah, so she will stay back. She can paint stuff for them.
Alright,
Hey.
I tell the gnome he can stay here with them.
Sounds good.
And we can give them enough supplies to cover the food costs of anyone who stays back, which I think is just Lena, right?
I think so.
Just leave me back here with these people I can't talk to.
If she had any building points, she would absolutely learn their language. Well, I don't know, would she want to come with us? If she wants to come, then I say she could probably come.
I mean, she is still a protege, so she doesn't really know if she's ready for the rigors of field work.
Right. And I mean, even if she did come, I still don't think that she would do much more than stay with the horses. But elves also don't particularly like humans, although they get along with the Dejy much more. The type of elves.
Like I mentioned, these specifically the Shadowjay style tribes in this area are kind of there's members of the Church of the Bear that are actively working to keep them isolated.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so she'll stay with the gnome. She's just trading one gnome for another. So do you want like Rakata can even take you even like if she can't talk really. She could just fume at you, I guess. Or are you gonna politely decline the offer?
Does Thelvin confidently with that roll know his way?
He's pretty sure.
All right, we'll politely turn her down.
She looks relieved and annoyed at the same time.
She's just a regular old teenager.
Yeah, pretty much. So Thelvin is like basically tells you like what he was told is that this is basically is on a river. So as long as we stay near this river, we should find it. It's supposed to be like this huge frickin' rock. So you venture forth out into the mountains once more.
Did you say these are mountainous areas?
Yes.
Okay. Did you say it's a forest of stone?
No.
All right, just check.
Two birds with one stone.
I don't know if I should do this or not, but I'll say this has nothing to do with his map.
Okay, because I'm like trying to do interpretation. It all started with the damn moon thing, because it's the moon goddess who's leading us, and it's like the moon shining down. I don't know.
No, different god.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's the Fate Scribe, not the Knight's
the-
Beauty.
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know. Too many moon gods.
So you're moving along a seldom used trail that you're following. This is like a day later, basically. And you come across the remains of a campsite. There's a dead fire, and around that there appear to be 3 dead human corpses.
What killed him still around?
You don't know.
Can we observe?
You can observe. A lot of ones being rolled for these skill checks today.
That's a lot of observation on.
Yeah.
You guys
Miley.
notice one of the bushes quivering.
Aw, hells yes.
I level my lance at it, and I tell whatever's in the bush to come out.
A man in shredded chainmail bursts from the bush. He is also wielding a lance, but it is a broken lance. And he just shouts in Paparan, "Defilers! Infidels!" And he charges at you.
What the fuck?
Seriously?
Yep.
Do you want me to tangle him?
Yeah, I don't feel like killing him. Can
Seems
you
like he's a little
restrain-
off his
sorry.
rocker.
Yeah, exactly. I don't feel like just putting a lance through his head. Can I yell at him in using Paparan, he was saying?
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna yell back at him in Paparan to halt and to stop it. Essentially, stand at attention, soldier. Can
So
I...
Are you
Anybody else?
casting Entangle?
I'm waiting to see if this works. If it doesn't work, then yes. If it does
Alright.
work, then no.
Can I
Make a
roll a
leadership
leadership?
check, I
Okay, I
guess.
was gonna say leadership check. Oh,
You're like, "Stop there, soldier!" And he's like, "Ah!
Okay, tangle.
tangle him.
You
Tase him.
mustn't go there! Mustn't go there!" What's the casting time on Entangle?
It's 3 seconds.
Okay, he's like almost right at Edic at this point.
I'll still cast it.
Alright, what's the difficulty?
It's a feat of strength against D20P plus 4.
What's this guy's strength again? Oh yeah, we don't know.
22.
22.
He does not have a feat of strength score. It is d20 plus 4, I believe.
All right, so he runs up, and the grass like just totally traps him. He's like, ah! And yeah, he's like jabbing the lance at Edic, but it's broken, so he doesn't have the reach. Whereas Edic could easily pop him in the head at this distance.
Can I smack the lance out of his hand?
Yeah, you can smack it out of his hand. Normally this would be a cult shot, but I'm not going to bother.
I do it that.
Here's another option.
Do you need a combat roll or just say that?
No, that's what I said. Don't worry.
Okay,
about
cool.
it. So yeah, you knock it out of his hands, and he looks around at all of you, and he's like, Fent, Yerden, you're alive. I knew you would be. We found it, my brothers. It exists. We found it. Great treasures. And the temple. It's beautiful. To think of all the thousands who were laid to rest there. Mustn't go there, though. Mustn't anger the lords of blood. We were wrong to go there. We were punished. 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 No one may follow. Yerden, I beg you. Destroy the map. Put the sleeping bear out of your mind. Nah! No, we mustn't anger them. And he's just ranting.
Okay.
Wrong to go there. Wrong to go there.
I have the spell Influence memorized.
This might be a time to influence him to chill the fuck out.
Do we want to try it? Yeah, let me double check what it does. Causes an indifferent. Well, he's not indifferent. I'm guessing he's not indifferent?
No.
Yeah, okay. Then it won't work.
Can I rally his mind using my knightly morale modifier?
What about Valencio? Valencio has alter emotion. Oh, is he injured?
Yeah,
Well,
he's got huge like cuts and gouges all over him.
I just yell at him, makes sense, man. What happened to you?
Makes sense, man.
And what's your name and what company do you belong to? Because I'm sure Zatha's already searching the dead bodies.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Valencio doesn't have alter emotion memorized.
Does Valencio feel safe applying first aid and or healing to this man?
How recently was he injured?
Valencio says that these wounds are a few days old. He would have to, get close and touch him, but to do anything else. But he doesn't want to get his ass entangled.
There's no like tattered standard anywhere, is there?
No.
These guys look like mercenaries, adventurers, military men.
They don't look military.
Say more adventurers or mercenaries?
Yeah, adventurer types, perhaps. There doesn't really appear to be much in the way of gear or anything here, just a campfire and bodies.
Like their gear was taken?
Maybe. This doesn't look like a campsite, like a home base or anything. This just looked like someone quickly made a campfire.
I.e., they were running from something, made a campfire, and got killed.
Yeah.
Well,
Wrong to go there. Wrong to go there. Wrong to go there.
I asked him why did he go there?
Destroy the map. Wrong to go there.
Ah!
What map?
Destroy it, Eridu. Eridu, destroy it.
Who's Eridu?
I'm guessing Eridu is one of his deceased companions, yeah?
I'll see if the dead bodies have name tags on them.
Looks like Zath has been looking at the bodies.
Yeah, there's nothing on them.
No maps, no documents, no nothing.
I didn't see anything valuable.
Did they look like they were pilfered, like i.e. killed and then pilfered?
It looks like they have a bunch of cut and claw marks on them, but they look like their wounds have been dressed.
Interesting.
But they did. For a while now.
Yeah, and the guy here who's entangled is wearing like tattered rags, basically.
Were their wounds dressed post-mortem?
Valencio looks at them. No. And he checks the fire. Him and Thelvin probably look at it. And it's a few days old.
I'm also gonna have Thelvin look around for tracks.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of tracks. Basically all like booted feet.
Well, I want him to find something that's not booted feet.
That's really all there is around here. They come from... They're kind of like going all over the place.
Interesting. Can the first aid tell us what killed these men? Like, did they die of their wounds, or was it one of those things they got wounded by something that wouldn't necessarily kill them, and then a little bit later, something killed them? I am trying to determine if they died from poison or from their actual, like, physical wounds. Or are we just, like, going to the realms of actually needing a real, like, CSI lab?
Yeah, I was going to say, this isn't, like...
I guess we can't really take a blood culture out here, can we?
Yeah,
If
Valencio's
Valencia
not
were
sure.
skilled.
It is first aid, not,
Not, some type of doctor skill.
Yeah. Not surgery.
No, it wouldn't be surgery. Anyhow, okay. Well, here's the plan. I guess if it's late in the day, we can camp here anyway, because that way, if someone's going to attack, we at least know about it.
He starts flailing around at you.
And two, once this entangle comes out, I need you guys to restrain him and see if you can talk him down. I'm going to let the clerics deal with that. Because if, he's a cowardly deserter, I just might beat him on principle. But I'd rather the clerics calm him down and get some information out of him.
How long does Entangle last again?
10 minutes, I think. Let me double check that. I have it open.
I remember being a fuck ton long time.
Or maybe...
Well, when you're in combat, it's...
Yeah, it's 10 minutes.
So I'm just gonna have like people ready to tackle him once the tangle like dissipates.
And then what, says Valencio?
I don't know, treat him.
Treat him? Like, you want me to cure him?
I'll, bandage up his wounds. Don't waste any healing spells on him. But see if you can calm him down enough to actually talk to us sensibly.
Okay, so eventually the entangle wears off, and he immediately screams and starts running at whoever's closest, with the intent to beat them to death with a rock.
Well, see, the trick was to have him disarmed.
But yeah, Thelvin. Well, he picks up a rock, but Thelvin, Valencio, and Powron basically overpower him, shove him down to the ground, and Zatha ties him up. But he's like just flailing around. Like Valencio starts to do first aid, and he's just like, no, there's no time for that. There's no saving us. There's no saving us. They want their vengeance. It was a mistake to go there. It was a mistake. And Valencio's like, fuck this guy. He's like trying to get him. But as he's trying to bandage him, basically, he finds a bloody map in his rags.
This is an Iraqi ass map.
Yes, essentially. A map soiled with blood.
Well, gingerly unrolls that
he
map.
Throws that at Edic.
Thanks. I gingerly unroll the map.
Yeah, it's discolored, but you look at it, and Thelvin looks at it over your shoulder, and it basically looks like the area that you're in right now, and it shows, there's a big X in an area which looks like about 10 miles or so to the northwest of where you are now.
Is that, I asked Thelvin, is that roughly in the direction that we were going anyway?
You know it.
Alright. Is there anything else on this map, like danger be here, or this is where the Great Loot is, or
nope,
here
just
be
an X.
Here be a frost dragon? Alright.
I told you, we still don't even have dragon stats yet.
Is there a name on the map? Like
Nope,
a
just an
cartographer
X.
signature? So just a
Nope.
map with an X.
Well, I mean, and the terrain in the area. It shows, like, the hills, basically.
All right.
You can tell where it is.
Well, I assume it's not like just a blank piece of paper with an X on it.
Well, that's where you were going.
Alright, well, roll the map up, give it to Zatha.
I can't read that thing.
You don't need to read, it's just pretty pictures and blood.
Then why do I want it?
You like bloody rags.
Says who? I like
fine.
money.
You can get money for this.
How can I get money for that?
I'm sure you could spin a tail to send people out here.
Why are we not just doing it?
We are going to do it, but, after we've pilfered all the treasure, why don't you go back to town and sell the map to some would-be adventurers, just to get more money out of the map?
I think we're jading Edic.
Like, you've never thought of just selling
Valencio's
it?
just like, that doesn't sound very ethical.
It's not ethical. That's why I'm surprised Zatha hasn't thought of it.
I'm just saying we've corrupted you.
It's like harsh. So he eventually gets this guy bandaged. He says this guy is extremely wounded. Like, if we leave him alone, he's just gonna get killed by something.
And he's a problem if we take him.
Like a squirrel will probably kill him.
Man, I should have just ran him through. Because we can't take him.
And he just keeps repeating, like, the same story over and over.
Yeah.
Thousands were laid to rest there. Think of the treasure. The treasure is beautiful, but we should not have gone. The Lords of Blood. No, we should not have gone.
So the Lords of Blood, would that be the orcs?
No,
That would
I
be
think
something
that
else.
this is probably something vampiric, is my guess.
That would suck. Get it?
Oh!
Lencio's like, vampires? Sweet.
Only you would see the joy and the light in that. So what do you think, guys? Should we just send this poor man off on his own? Bring him along?
I'm fine with
Euthanize him?
sending him off.
Zatha doesn't really care.
Wrong to go there. Wrong to go there. Wrong to go there.
We could point him in the direction of the Dejy tribe.
probably his best bet.
All right, we're gonna stay here tonight because I assume. What time of day is it?
That is a
No,
good
it's
question.
like late afternoon.
Fuck it, let's just camp here. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna camp here. Valencio or even Niley, one of you waste a relatively low healing spell to kind of get him back on his feet,
I'll use
and
my
then-
cure trifling on it.
and then we're gonna send him in the direction of the Dejy tribe.
Valencia's like, we should probably bury the bodies too.
Go to town. Give him a nice service.
I'll accept any help from anyone who wants to.
That's cool.
Yeah, Nihilate
Anyone who
all.
doesn't, will burn in hell forever.
That's not why Nihile's helping. But dead bodies attract predators.
Can I have Thelvin do a perimeter check?
For what?
Monsters?
How big of a perimeter?
I don't know. Mile out.
Mile out. If there's a monster, it's gonna fucking eat me.
That's why you have stealth, man.
Wow,
Holy crap.
I gave him 6 hit points.
Fine.
Not bad.
Not a mile out. Just a
Yeah,
little
it
bit.
works out. Should have brought the gnome then.
Why do you
He's
hate
like,
gnomes?
fine, fuck, I'll go get some firewood on that.
There
If
you
I
go.
get vampired, I'll be pissed off.
So will I. I've invested a lot in you, my sidekick.
I'll be coming for your blood.
I'll bring it.
Valencia's like, hey, can joke about a lot of things, but not about becoming an evil undead.
What about if you become a good undead?
There are no good undead.
You have no proof of that.
I have lots of proof of that.
Aren't elven vampires good?
What? There are no elven vampires.
I heard there were, and they walk around in the sunlight, not the nighttime. They're like inverse vampires.
You're drunk.
What,
As you
some
talk
type of
about
expert on
vampires, the guy's like, ah! Lots of blood!
this is adding way more weight to your hypothesis there, Kylie.
Yeah.
Valencia's like, you know what? He just starts like grabbing some tree branches. Let's get whittling.
Do stakes actually work?
I don't know. I don't have monster lore.
What the fuck? Isn't your whole church about fighting these things?
No, it's just a side deal.
Fighting vampires is a
Valencia
side
now?
deal of your church.
Look, I didn't take monster lore because Rinnan had that handle. Then he pissed on off.
Maybe you
That's
should
amazing.
take monster lore. Or do you have trouble like studying books?
Maybe I will next time. But I had to up my distraction.
Why'd you have to up your distraction?
Because that lets you turn undead better.
What? I guess yeah, you stand out in the open.
We went over this.
Alright, fine.
Oh, and he also had to take riding.
Yeah, I think everyone next level is gonna take a little bit of riding.
Nah, it's Asa.
So you guys have a very stressful night.
Oh, because of Screaming Crazy Man?
Yeah, he doesn't
Can we
shut
gag
up.
his ass? Can we gag his mouth? Not his ass,
Yeah.
but gag his mouth.
I'd rather gag his ass.
That's called giving him a diaper. So yeah, you gag him. You can still hear it though.
I wonder if he's a Renfield.
Yeah, you think you might be?
Valencio's kind of like, I think his brain might be broken.
He might be if he keeps talking.
I don't know if there's any point in keeping him alive.
He could cast. Valencio's like, I can cast laryngitis on him.
How long does it last?
I don't remember. Let me see. Only half an hour. So not long enough. So, like, in the morning, are we just gonna cut this guy loose and let him out? Let him out?
It's for the best. We'll direct him towards the Dejy village, and he can seek help there.
Okay. So the night passes. The morning breaks with Valencio singing like it usually does.
Does his singing calm the man?
No. You guys have a lovely breakfast. And then it's time to head out. Valencio's like, all right, well, good luck, guy. Zatha unties the knots.
I give him one of my daggers.
All right, as soon as he's untied, he just runs off screaming into the woods.
He's gonna have a wonderful adventure.
Yeah, I'm sure he will.
It literally said, his wounds may be tended to, but his mental afflictions guarantee his future as a crazy hermit.
See, you can have a whole quest about this guy. Is that hermit in the tree still around for Andrew's Keep?
Didn't you guys encounter the hermit?
I think we did.
Yeah.
Did we?
The hermit.
Okay, we did.
It's a different hermit, though.
Oh, was it the original hermit from the original adventure?
No, because the hermit from the original adventure got killed by the new hermit, and the new hermit took his place.
Oh, okay.
Because the original hermit was the prefect of Frander's Keep before it got sacked by the orcs. And then the second hermit, the one that you guys encountered in this timeline, was the old prefect that got ousted from the keep because of the gold issues and how he blew the entire budget on his girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
So what you're saying is that the retirement plan for all the prefects of that place is hermitism.
Pretty much.
We should make a hermitage. Huh? Hermitage?
One would argue, though, if enough hermits got together, you're no longer a hermit.
It's true, you just become a troglodyte.
No, that's how troglodytes are made.
Well, like in real life, the word troglodyte is like a hermit.
Really?
Not like a reptile stinky monster.
No. I think it's a reptile stinky monster. I think you're confused.
Alright, yeah, so he went running off into the woods.
So we will now go venture
Mark that
forth.
dagger off.
Alright, fuck.
Thalvin's like, so, I guess we should, head over to the rock?
Yep, let's go
Let's
see
do
what
it.
broke this man. It's clearly an inferior specimen of humanity.
I'm gonna take another look at what spells I have memorized.
As you clear the forest's edge, you emerge into a small valley. Rising dramatically from the valley floor, nearly 300 feet tall, is a large shaft of rock.
Just a shaft of rock. That's it.
That's one hell of a shaft.
Kind of like, Devil's Tower in Wyoming,
Oh, yeah.
but not quite as big as that. So you are approaching it from the east. Yeah, you keep walking, following this almost... Actually, at this point, there's no trail, so you're just bushwhacking. You go through... you reach the side of this giant rock, and there's really nothing to see from this side.
Do we have to circle around?
Yeah, the question is, which way are you going? North or south?
Hilarious.
Well, aside from like the giant bear / Wolverine or whatever the fuck that is, that's kind of what it looks like.
I figure it's appropriate, you know, giant monster and something. Anyway, so north or south? Guess we'll
That
go
looks
around the
awesome.
north side. I thought it was a pretty cool picture. I just had to actually. This was one of the pictures that came up when I looked up what it was because I've never seen it, so I took a look. So I guess we would go to the north, or is there like a defined trail, or can we actually follow the tracks of how the people got from where they were to the
Make
campfire?
a tracking check for Thelvin, I guess.
I could do that.
The tracks are very intermittent.
Dog, for fuck's sakes. He tells us to. Delvin points to the south, so we'll go south.
All right.
Eric makes the executive decision, we go south.
Alrighty.
Okay. So you're following it along.
And we're at the ready in case of a monster both on the land or from the air is going to attack us.
From the air.
It could happen.
I have flaming weapon again, by the way. So if we fight something,
We love that flaming weapon.
although I may also give it to Zatha because he might attack. Actually, I think you attack faster than Zatha normally.
We're pretty much
Whoever
on
hits
par
the
right now.
fastest.
What's your speed, Attic?
It's now 6
Wow, that's crazy.
with a great sword.
That's nuts.
That's a fighter.
What's your attack speed, Zatha?
7, I think.
Yeah.
We also got to remember too. Not only just being a fighter, I naturally get better weapon speed, but then also putting all the bonuses and stuff in.
Specialization.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because to specialize a night weapon is only 4 BP per level.
That's not bad, actually.
That's fucking
great.
awesome. That's what
Yeah.
it is. That's why you become a knight. Because the trade-off is a fighter is 5 BP per level for any weapon, but a knight, night weapons get 4 BP, but any other weapon that's not a night weapon is 6 BP.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Times the amount of
Yeah, like
specialization.
per level, exactly. So it still does technically add up, but yeah. And then of course I've also taken greased lightning and stuff like that too.
Like you do.
Like I do. Sleeping Bear Rock. Sounds like a campsite. Do you take like the wife and the kids?
Absolutely.
Did you guys find yourselves?
Yep, bottom rightish. Is your protege actually here?
No. I believe she decided that she would rather stay back with the Dejy.
Cool. I just don't want her blood on our soul. Did I actually put Thelvin's dog in?
I was always forgetting about it before.
Niley is gonna enthrall small animal in.
Plus, there's also all the horses here too.
Says don't mess with Rith Rock.
Whoops, I forgot to give Valencio's horse his token.
Valencia's horse is an actual picture.
Yeah.
By the way, I did enjoy the picture you found for Edic's horse.
Yeah, I know. I was like, well, guess I have to use this one.
Yep.
It's from the exact same picture your actual character came from.
Yeah, it is. It's the exact same picture. Just that my picture was just his headshot.
So, there is a 20-foot semicircular clearing at the base of the rock. A large pit descends into the ground flush with the rock face. Numerous tree stumps and saplings lie at the clearing's edge. Dirt and rubble from the base of the rock has been piled nearby. The remains of a campfire lie at the center of the clearing. 3 shovels and a pick lean against the face of the rock.
Ooh, free tools.
So it looks like someone was doing some kind of excavation here.
Seth, let's sneak up and take a peek in there.
All right. Where's this clearing? Sneaky, sneaky.
So if you get to there, you can see that basically down here, there's a ladder. It's a pit that's been dug. Right here is a double door.
So to actually like get into the thing,
Yeah, there
like the
are-
rock.
Exactly. It's a pair of double doors. They are not locked, and in fact have been blocked partially open with a large rock. The doors are made of bronze and covered with some kind of strange hieroglyphics.
Which are they diviny? Are they languagey? Or are they arcane?
They're languagey.
Man, I so miss the thief's ability to read languages in this game.
Yeah, I can't read anything.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
just
not
almost like the-
read Elven.
Old D&D had, like the read languages that thieves can do for some bizarre fucking reason.
I can read Karaki.
Well, that's cool. Now, are these hieroglyphics like actually like a language hieroglyphics, or are they like divine or magical in nature?
You don't fucking know.
Well, I'm asking you. You're here to tell me.
Well, as Ace asked the exact same question mere seconds ago, I feel I don't need to repeat myself. Or no, I think it was Selfless,
It
actually.
was me, yeah.
All right, I wasn't paying attention.
But none of you have ever seen writing like this before. Do any of you have ancient history?
Hilarious. No.
Well, there you go. So, Zatha, there is a pit, and there's a set of double bronze doors, one of which has been propped open.
Can I check for traps?
Yeah. Up on here, you don't see any traps.
I got nothing, guys.
So you guys can see Zatha just sort of standing there, looking down.
I'll beckon them over. Skill 100.
All right, let's approach. Is there anything left over in the campsite other than like the tools? Like does it look like
That's
the
it.
event? All right. So like
This
the
does
adventure's
look
set
like
up
it was
there.
their base camp, but just the tools are there.
All right. So they had to bust into this joint.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't suppose anyone has any geology style skills or anything like that.
You know, like the fucking gnome.
No, I have mining.
Don't you have to have geology to have mining?
No.
Son of a bitch.
And my mining is not great, let me tell you.
Our party's been severely lacking a dwarf.
I'm gonna look at all the humans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of you. All 5 of you. We have 2 non-humans right now. 5 humans.
Yeah, that's statistically supposed to happen, but we need a dwarf.
I'm just saying, I know who to blame for the lack of dwarves.
Just because us humans enslave them doesn't mean we don't want them in our party.
It's only in Calamar.
Only Kalmar are their slaves. Alright. Well, I guess it's about time we enter this bad boy.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm. Go get him, Zappa.
You look back and nobody looks, like they're ready to go in.
Fucking
I would just sort of leave.
All right, I'm happy to walk up there and check it for traps, and then go in if everybody else is ready to go in.
Yep, I'm right.
Theo pulls out his lantern and starts lighting it.
I'm
Thelma's
right
like, what
behind
about the
you.
horses?
We're gonna time up out here.
This is for the doors.
I can't move the dog token.
Thelma's like, you just stay with the horses, dog.
It looks like there's been some people that have been in and out, so...
Can Thelvin again do a tracking check around the door to make sure it's only been booted feet?
Sure.
Thelvin warns everyone there seems to be some wolf tracks as well around the bottom of the base of this opening.
Okay.
Does Natalie have tracking as well?
No, no.
Okay.
So yeah, you're looking in the yawning darkness that the door leads into.
Ooh, we've been stable.
You know, I always forget about them, but there's also your fucking snake and lynx.
Yep,
You have a snake and a lynx.
I sure do.
Fuck.
The snake, I imagine, spends most of its time on you.
Yes, correct. And the lynx largely will just meander around with us.
Oh fuck, we have a lynx following us.
Probably doesn't get along well with the dog.
The lynx could probably eat that dog.
Yep. Because remember, it's like a little yapper.
That's what his name means.
Yeah, and actually my lynx is supposed to know tricks already, but I never actually got around to telling you what it would know.
Yeah.
I will do that next time. For next time.
So is the lynx going in with you or staying out here?
Lynx will come, yeah. Let's do this, Lynxy.
Alright, Zatha, you gonna light your lamp?
Sounds good.
There's a size differential there.
I'm just resolving host forever.
Really?
Yeah. This site can't be reached. Yeah, I got done.
Oh, wait. I forgot I put a line there specifically to avoid this.
Oh, there it is. Wait. That's actually super cute.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Did you break something?
I might have. Okay. I think we're okay.
Excellent.
So
Speaking of
Zatha shines...
Images. This one makes me laugh. I don't know why.
My god.
I don't know why it makes me laugh.
That's amazing.
So Zatha, you shine your light in there. You can see it's a fairly large room. It is a large room, about 6 by 10 pieces. The floor is buried under mud and debris, while the melted remains of ancient clay jars line the perimeter. The walls are carved in bas-reliefs of various scenes. On the north end of the room stands a set of double doors made of bronze. The room appears otherwise empty.
You said the jars are all melted?
Covered in melted wax.
Like sarcophagus.
Sorry, the melted remains of clay jars, yeah. So they have somehow... Oh, yeah, okay, no, yeah, they are melted.
Is there a torch sconce on the wall?
No.
Wait, so the clay jars themselves are melted?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Is there burn marks on the floor?
No. There's mud and debris.
I'm gonna light a torch and plant it in the middle of the room. Or more to the point, I'm gonna order Thelvin and or Valencio to do it. They actually have a fire building.
It is much brighter in here now.
Question: is it only the double doors on the other end that's the way out, or is there any other doors here?
Well, there's a really obvious secret door to the left.
Oh shit! Was I not supposed to see that?
I think when I accidentally shifted all my lines, it made it a bit more obvious. But it actually is supposed to be pretty obvious.
Okay.
But
Can I want to check that for traps, because...
Yeah, you go to town on that.
Secret door, trap bait. Ooh, the other explorers didn't see this, but we did. Let's open that sucker up.
Cool.
I can't get rid of just the line for that. It's part of the whole thing.
Looks like we have a passage.
There's a roughly hewn passageway, about 3 feet wide and 4 feet high.
And a room.
Oh, you went all the way through. Okay.
I can't actually enter that place.
Are you going in?
I would love to go in. With Velvet.
If you
Alright,
like,
And Bloodsteel with
stoop.
his fucking lantern on. Like, is it a high or low ceiling?
4 foot ceiling.
4 feet.
Jesus, okay, I'll let Zappa go for a while.
Well, we'll go.
Send the wee folk in.
Hold on, I have to double check what his stupid lantern does again.
Should I take a torch in as well? Actually, you know what? I've got my little candle gem.
15. That's right. 50 foot. So yeah, Valencio and Edek are both like, "Oh my god, you guys are, you're almost like on hands and knees going through here." But as far as Zatha, you shine your light around. It is a large natural cavern. The western end of the cavern has been expanded and squared off. The floor of the room is carpeted with neat piles of bones. Each pile of bones appears to be a complete human skeleton, the bones neatly stacked like cordwood with the skull resting on top. The walls are damp and blanketed with a thick covering of moss.
Hey Zula, do you have a light source rigged up for that gem, the green gem? It's candle glowing?
Oh, it's just like a candle, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what Niley has?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Thank you.
How are you able to get in there?
We make sure Pardon is like actually with us.
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah.
So yes, lots of bones.
Guess we'll scrutiny the room.
Is the room itself a higher ceiling or still 4 feet?
It's a good question.
Yes, it is.
I think the chamber is probably a bit taller.
For what it's worth, I have a +10 bonus.
Like, am I still crab walking here?
You're probably just sort of have to lean down a bit now. Holy fuck. Why is this not loading? Oh shit, it's loading in the screen. Yep. Okay, what room is this? 3? Okay, it's going to take a good amount of time to search this room.
Okay.
So, yeah, Zatha, you don't really find it. It's a lot of just bones, as far as you can see.
Boo. What a lame secret room.
Is there any other secret entrances in your
But there's
place?
literally, like, hundreds of, like, dead bodies in here.
Are they all human?
As far as you can tell, yes.
Hey, I did find a shiny short sword, by the way.
Ooh.
Does it glow when our enemies are near?
No.
That would be nice. I won't use it.
It is shining in the torch/lantern/candle light.
Can I praise that bad boy?
Just like highly
Yeah.
polished.
No, it's actually gilded. It is a gilded bronze short sword. But you're not really sure of the value, since bronze swords are kind of out of vogue.
I'll put it in loot.
Alright, so it is 11 now.
Yep.
Did you guys want to keep going or stop?
Bedtime for me.
Alright. Alright. At least you guys made it into Sleeping Bear Rock.
Time to find the bear.
Yep, and poke it.
If it's an actual bear, I think we'll be alright.
Unless it's a cave bear.
I guess that's true.
Undead vampiric cave bear.
Yeah.
Do they have dire bears?
You know, a regular bear will just fuck you up. Like, you guys have only encountered black bears so far.
Yeah, our grizzly's pretty badass in this.
They do have to, like, compete with all these magical creatures.
Fair point.
I say we could take a grizzly. Like, there's no way at our high level we couldn't take one.
A grizzly bear has a plus 16 attack,
So's everything we fight.
has a plus 6 defense,
Eh.
damage reduction of 13,
That is pretty substantial, yeah.
initiative of 0, speed of 4,
That's a kick in the dick.
2d8 P plus 9 damage.
That is pretty badass, honestly.
If it hits you twice, it grabs you and hugs you and does the damage automatically every 4 seconds.
It should actually just, like, heal you because it's love. It's a hug.
Aww.
But yeah, grizzly bear is the second worst. Cave bear is the most dangerous.
Yeah.
Until you get to owl bears.
Yeah.
Especially the greater horned owl bears. Because they'll ram you.
Interesting.
Alright, so Ace, I will get you the values for that stuff during the week.
Cool.
And yeah, I guess we shall catch up next week then.
Good game, guys.
Excellent day.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take it
For sure.
easy.
Catch you gents later.
See y'all.